Chapter 724. Yangwu had just arrived at War God City and was unfamiliar with the situation here, let alone the people here. He hadn't even warmed up his seat, and someone had already come to find trouble with him. He wondered if he was really that hateful. The people around him all looked at Yangwu with a hint of mockery in their eyes. They seemed to be pleased that Yangwu had caused such an incident. Yangwu looked at Yang Liushi. He was the leader this time and the sage elder who had escorted them here. Yang Liushi looked up and said, "After coming here, you youngsters can settle your own matters. As long as you don't delay the opening of the God of War Pagoda in 3 days, it's fine. If you're accidentally killed, then you can only blame yourself for not being skilled enough." "I see. If I don't go out, will others fight their way in?" Yang Wu asked. "If you don't go out, whoever dares to fight their way in will be the enemy of the Yang clan and will be killed without mercy," Yang Liushi said with a sharp expression. "Then I'm relieved." Yang Wu patted his chest and said. Then he asked, "Where will I stay?" Everyone else was stunned. They thought that Yang Wu would directly fight his way out and fight to the death with the people who challenged him. Who knew that this fellow was going to hide in the courtyard and not go out? A Yang clan disciple couldn't help but mock. "Our Yang clan doesn't have a coward?" Someone else said, "Only those who are afraid of death can live longer." This is a wise choice. Yang Wu acted as if he didn't hear their sarcastic remarks and walked toward the pavilion that Yang Liushi had pointed at. Yang Ba didn't have Yang Wu's patience. He glared at the people who mocked him and shouted, "Who do you think you are to talk about, my lord? Why, you don't dare to deal with the people outside, but dare to attack us?" The Yang clan disciple who had been scolded retorted. Someone else said, "People with the sin's blood are all so vulgar. If you want to beat us up, you can beat us up anytime." Yang Ba couldn't help but want to attack. Yang Wu turned and said, "Brother Ba, let's go. Save your energy for the God of War Pagoda slot. Don't be as ignorant as them." "Bastard, who are you calling ignorant? Do you want to die? Listen to the people outside scolding you. You're not doing anything and ruining our Yang clan's reputation." In the face of such accusations, Yang Wu stretched and said, "Since you guys are so unhappy, why don't you go out and fight for me? I don't mind." As soon as he finished speaking, he didn't pay any further attention to what they had to say, and he led Yang Ba, Shu Yujun, Lei Zongjuan, White-Hair She-Devil, and Bai Luoyun towards the pavilion he resided in. A few young people were still chattering away. In their eyes, they were nothing more than clowns. Leader Yang Tixiao said with a trace of dissatisfaction. Then he turned around and walked towards his residence. The youngsters of the Yang clan dispersed. There were still 3 days before the God of War Pagoda opened. They could take advantage of these 3 days to adjust their condition and stroll around the city. They were free to do whatever they wanted. Yang Wu came to the pavilion where he lived and heard the people outside scolding him. "Yang Wu, are you a coward? I know you're here. Hurry up and come out to die. You dared to bring the white-haired demoness out of the city of redemption. Even God can't save you. Do you really think you can be safe and sound by hiding in the Yang clan's territory? Little bastard, hurry up and come out to die. I'm the Holy Maiden's most loyal servant. I can kill you with one hand." Outside the Yang clan's courtyard, 3 people were shouting and scolding. These 3 people all looked strange. It was obvious that they were from a different race. The 3 people were of different heights. The one who scolded the most was the short one. He was from the Pygmy clan and was called Zhu Daji. He was extremely ugly, had a big mouth, and was full of foul language. On the right of Zhu Daji was a tall and thin man called Zhu Busan. He had a pair of wings and a monkey face. He was from the Monkey Wing clan. On the left of Zhu Daji was a woman who was as fat as a pig. Her protruding belly was like a ball. It was really unknown how she grew up like this. Her name was Zhu Wenwan, and she was Zhu Daji's cultivation partner. No matter where this trio went, they would attract the attention of others. Their appearances were simply too strange. They had a name in the God of War realm called the 3 Scholars Combination. In fact, others called them the 3 Pigs Combination. In the past, they did all kinds of evil and were hunted down by others like stray dogs. Later, They were subdued by the holy maiden of the Xing clan and became her slaves. Big brother, it seems like we have no way of scolding that brat out. Zhu Busan said to Zhu Daji. We have to do what the young miss told us to do. Even if we have to greet all 18 generations of his ancestors, we have to make him appear. Zhu Daji said in a cold voice. The Yang clan's people will come out and slaughter us. Zhu Wenwan patted her big belly and said, maybe our auras are too strong and scare that brat. Zhu Daji said in a deep voice. He paused for a moment and then said, they have just arrived at War God City, so they will definitely come out for a stroll. Let's hide first. Once he comes out, we will capture him, including that white-haired demoness. Big brother, I heard that white-haired demoness is very powerful. Zhu Busan said timidly. Humph, our three-scholar combination is not even afraid of saints. Why will we be afraid of that white-haired demoness? Zhu Busan coldly snorted. The three people did not continue scolding as they hid nearby. In a Yang clan's courtyard, after Yang Wu's group had settled down, they were really bored. Bai Luoyun excitedly suggested, my lord, I heard that there are many strange people in War God City. They have obtained many good things in the battle world and often take them out to exchange. Why don't we go take a look? Bai Luoyun had been following Yang Wu for a while, and his strength had quietly increased to the intermediate heaven realm. He was the prince of the Water Clan, and his cultivation talent was not weaker than anyone else's. Someone just provoked us. Aren't you afraid of being attacked by others if you go out now? Shu Yujun said in a bad mood. Bai Luoyun scratched the back of his head and said guiltily, I forgot about that. How about I go out and kill them? Okay, you go out and find out who they are first. Don't get into a fight with them. Since they dare to cause trouble for us, they must have bad intentions. Yang Wu said. White-haired demoness said in a low voice. It must be that witch from the Xing clan who sent them. They're not much weaker than me, so we can't act rashly. White-haired demoness changed her appearance so that no one could recognize her identity. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't have had so much trouble. Shu Yujun said unhappily. White-haired demoness didn't pay any attention to Shu Yujun. She had been suffering all these years, so she didn't care about some sarcastic remarks. Yang Wu said in a low voice, Yujun, don't blame her anymore. She is now one of us. I really don't understand why you brought back such a big trouble. Shu Yujun complained. Even without her, I would still fight to the death with the Xing clan. Yang Wu said faintly. Soon after, he had Bai Luoyun go to the city to gather information. She wanted to know who had come from the Xing family and who had cursed them earlier. Bai Luoyun was from a different clan. Even if he walked out of the Yang clan, no one would suspect that he had any relationship with Yang Wu. Sure enough, after Bai Luoyun went out to find out, he got quite a lot of information. He came back to report to Yang Wu and found out about the three people who were cursing and the movements between the different clans. A group of three who have reached the mid-grade minor saint realm. This lineup seems to be lacking a little, Yang Wu murmured. He then said to Lei Zhongjuan, do you have the confidence to kill them? Let them die tonight. Lei Zhongjuan said in a low voice. After he condensed his ghost body, the confidence of a saint had quietly returned. Remember to throw their heads to the Xing clan. Don't dirty this place, Yang Wu said calmly. On this day, Yang Wu and the rest didn't go out. The rest of the Yang clan couldn't help but despise Yang Wu in their hearts. He was really a coward. At night, Lei Zhongjuan went out. Originally, Lei Zhongjuan wanted to go out alone. He didn't expect that Yang Wu wanted to follow him. Not only that, the others also wanted to go out together. My lord, this will alert the enemy. Lei Zhongjuan said, don't worry, it's late at night. They won't be able to guess that we will take the initiative to kill them. I also want to see what's so great about the three pigs combination. They actually dared to trouble me. Yang Wu said with a trace of excitement. Thinking that he hadn't fought for a while, his body was a little itchy. All right, then let's go out together. Lei Zhongjuan nodded and agreed. Yang Wu and the rest came out from the courtyard of the Yang clan. The one leading the way was Lei Zhongjuan. After he locked onto the location of the three opponents, Yang Wu and the rest came out to avoid being ambushed. The three pigs combination hid in the dark. Their concealment method was very good. Even a peak minor saint wouldn't be able to discover their existence easily. Lei Zhongjuan was a ghost body formed by soul force. His sensing ability was far beyond an ordinary person. Moreover, he could transform into a body of nothingness and float in the dark, making it hard for others to detect his existence. This was a talent that belonged to the ghost race. Lei Zhongjuan could also possess this talent. Lei Zhongjuan searched carefully and found the three-pig combination in a dilapidated area not far from the courtyard of the Yang clan. Their aura was completely concealed. If one didn't see their appearance, they would feel that their aura was no different from an ordinary person. After Lei Zhongjuan locked onto their location, he transmitted to Yang Wu, "My lord, they are here." In the next moment, Lei Zhongjuan rushed towards the location of the three pigs combination. A baleful Een palm angrily slapped towards their location. The three pigs combination reacted quickly and instantly exclaimed, "Not good." They rushed out from the dilapidated house at the same time. Unfortunately, they were still half a beat too late. Bang! Chapter 725. Lei Zhongjuan's attack was as fast as lightning. With a slap of his palm, the broken house collapsed instantly. The three of them tried to retreat as fast as they could, but they were still sent flying away while spurting out blood. The three of them were mid-grade minor saints, but they were still far from Lei Zhongjuan's strength. "You three ugly bastards dare to have ideas about my master? You really don't know the difference between life and death," Lei Zhongjuan said faintly. With a flick of his finger, three wisps of dark energy shot towards the three of them. Nether finger. The dreadful finger light rushed out like the nether and landed on the three of them in the blink of an eye. They were so scared that they used all their strength to block the attack. Since the three of them dared to challenge Lei Zhongjuan, they must have an extraordinary trump card. At the critical moment, they summoned their puppets to block in front of them. Asterisk, pung, pung, asterisk, the puppets were destroyed by Lei Zhongjuan's energy. The three of them were able to get some breathing space and quickly gathered together. Zhu Daji roared in shock. Fusion art. Zhu Busan made a strange movement, as if he had turned into a pile of wood. Zhu Wenwan jumped towards his head. She was such a big girl, but when she sat on him, it made people wonder if Zhu Busan's waist would be broken. Zhu Daji finally gathered together and landed on Zhu Wenwan's shoulder. Yang Wu looked at the three of them from afar. He thought that they would be able to fuse together like the blood-devouring evil devil, who knew that they were just riding on each other's body. Their bodies didn't fuse together. He said with a smile, "Are they here to be funny?" He felt that the three of them were retarded. Not only were their movements inconvenient when they were stacked on top of each other, their combat strength was also restricted. How were they going to fight against Lei Zhongjuan? Soon, Yang Wu realized that he was wrong. After the three of them fused together, their combat strength blended together. Suddenly, they unleashed an incomparably powerful combat strength that was close to the level of a peak minor saint. "You dare to provoke our three pigs? We'll beat you up until your mother can't recognize you." The three pigs squealed. Suddenly, a battle weapon appeared in each of their 6 arms. They swung the battle weapons, forming a blade of light that enveloped Lei Zhongjuan. Not only that, but the earth-yellow energy on the ground condensed into a wild boar shadow that charged at Lei Zhongjuan. After the three pigs were combined, not only were their battle prowess interlinked, but their battle intent was also interlinked. They could unleash 3 different types of attack power at the same time. Lei Zhongjuan laughed in disdain. His palms turned into ghost claws and clawed furiously. A tyrannical, tearing force rushed towards the 3 boars. Rumble, rumble. The 2 forces collided, causing a series of explosions. The destructive power was quite astonishing. The people living in the city were used to it. As long as it didn't affect their residences, they wouldn't care too much. The strength of the 3 pigs was actually able to fight against Lei Zhongjuan. This made Lei Zhongjuan very surprised. He continued to increase his strength. He must take down the opponent so that he could claim credit from Yang Wu. Sharp ghost palms covered the heaven and earth. Each of the palms could destroy a mountain. The strength of the 3 pigs was limited. Facing Lei Zhongjuan's ferocious attack, they let out a strange cry. "We've met a tough opponent." Let's avoid it first. The three pigs turned into a round ball and quickly rolled into the darkness. Their speed was so fast that even Lei Zhongjuan couldn't catch up with them. Yang Wu and the rest were also stunned. They thought that the three pigs would fight to the death. Who knew that they would retreat after a few rounds? "My lord, your subordinate is useless," Lei Zhongjuan said with shame. Yang Wu waved his hand and said with a smile, "These aliens are really powerful. You really underestimated them. The next time we meet, we will definitely kill them," Lei Zhongjuan said with certainty. "The next time we meet, it won't be so easy. The other side will definitely have someone even more powerful." Yang Wu narrowed his eyes and said. After pausing for a bit, he said, "The Xing clan's holy maiden. What kind of person is she? There will be many people who will die for her. Don't you think so?" Yang Wu said the last sentence while looking at the white-haired demoness. The white-haired demoness' beautiful eyes were filled with killing intent as she said, "You're right. That scheming bitch knows how to use people's hearts. She also has a mind control technique. You should be careful. We'll deal with whatever comes our way. It's not a big deal. Go back and rest. Tomorrow we'll take a stroll around the city." The next day, just as the sky lit up, Yang Wu appeared on the roof. He faced the rising sun and absorbed the purple energy coming from the east. Strands of scorching purple energy entered his meridians and strengthened his dantian. His heart also released a warm and gentle energy. At this moment, with the purple energy surrounding his body, it was indescribably noble. After Yang Wu woke up, he brought his people and left the courtyard. At this time, he just happened to meet Yang Tixiao, Yang Jing, Yang Xiaoxue, and a few other people. It looked like they were also preparing to go to the city. Yang Wu cupped his hands towards them and said with a smile, "Good morning, everyone." Yang Tixiao and Yang Jing only nodded towards Yang Wu. They didn't even bother to reply. Yang Xiaoxue smiled and replied, "Good morning, Yang Wu." The others didn't say anything and pretended not to see Yang Wu. They didn't put Yang Wu in their eyes at all. Yang Wu wasn't someone who would stick his hot face to a cold butt. He brought his people and left. After the two groups separated, Bai Luoyun said with dissatisfaction, "I really don't know what they're so arrogant for. Yang Wu stole their limelight. They're probably jealous in their hearts." Shu Yujun said, "Why bother about these things? Time will change everything." Yang Wu was very open-minded. The words and actions of ordinary people couldn't affect him. Their group strolled around War God City. They saw people riding mounts and carrying battle weapons. They were all dressed in different ways. They were awe-inspiring and looked very spirited. There were many people in War God City. Other than people from the 8 great battle clans, there were also many outsiders. Some were natives, some were martial artists who came to kill evil spirits, and some were sightseeing or people who came to trade. Yang Wu felt a thick, baleful aura from these people, as well as traces of evil spirits. War God City suppressed the evil spirits invasion. Many martial artists came here to kill the evil spirits. They mostly wanted to fight for the ores in this area and find their own opportunities. There were many vast spaces around War God City. Other than the territories occupied by the 8 great battle clans, there were many scattered places with or veins. Even if the reserves weren't large, as long as they were discovered, it would be an unimaginable fortune. It was also especially easy to find some heaven and earth treasures. There was once someone who found a natural treasure in this area. At that time, even heaven-piercing realm characters were startled. This was a place where one could find treasures. Yang Wu's group strolled for half a day before they arrived at the busiest trading street in War God City. Don't miss this opportunity. I have an ancient item from the Devil Sky Cave. It only costs 50,000 high-grade Shin Spirit Stones. A piece of high-grade black, profound gold. It costs 3 Saint Pills. A damaged Saint Artifact. It costs 1 Sun's Flower. A Saint's Blood robe found in the sinkhole. It costs 1 block of Saint Crystals. Yang Wu looked at the items being sold and suddenly felt like his horizons had been broadened. A sentence appeared in his mind. Saint artifacts are everywhere. There are as many saints as dogs. Indeed, not only were there many saint artifacts being sold here, there were also many small saints. Even saints could be seen. War God City was indeed one of the top 10 ancient cities. The people around Yangwu looked at the items around them. Their eyes revealed an incomparable desire. Unfortunately, they didn't have enough wealth to buy them. Even Yangwu felt that it was too much. At this time, Lei Zhongjuan transmitted his voice. "My lord, most of the items here are fake. Don't treat them as real." Yangwu shivered and couldn't help but sigh. "I'm still too naive. If you have good eyesight, you might be able to pick out some good items." War God City has existed since ancient times. It can be said that it is the oldest city in the transcendent realm. There are antiques everywhere in this realm. Many people pick up the scraps. I feel that my lord's luck has always been good. You can look around. Lei Zhongjuan said. "Yes, everyone look around. If there is something you like, then exchange it. Do what you can." Yang Wu replied softly. The first to look at an item was the white-haired demoness. She pointed at an ancient accessory and said, "I want this." The stall owner immediately smiled and said, "Mrs. Good Eyesight, this is a saint artifact that I obtained from a ruin. It is something that a saint once wore. Moreover, it is a spatial item. There might be an unexpected opportunity hidden inside. You only need a gold, profound, chi saint artifact to exchange for it." The stall owner in front of them looked like he only had the strength of a small saint. He immediately asked for a saint artifact. His appetite wasn't ordinary. The white-haired demoness didn't reply. She looked at Yangwu. Everything was up to him. The desire in her eyes made it hard for others to refuse. Yangwu smiled bitterly. He looked at the stall owner and said, "Sir, do we look like people who have saint artifacts? If you don't have a saint artifact, then hurry up and leave." The stall owner froze for a moment and said unhappily, "This accessory is already damaged. If it was a spatial accessory, then the things inside would have already been obtained by you. At most, it would be worth one small saint pill. Do you want to exchange it?" Lei Zhongjuan, who was beside Yang Wu, said decisively. The stall owner looked at Lei Zhongjuan. His eyes flashed with astonishment as he said, "Ghost race? What? Are you looking down on our ghost race?" Lei Zhongjuan said coldly. The ghost race was one of the alien races. They were an evil race, but they didn't belong to the evil demon race. In the transcendent realm, only the evil demon race was the common enemy. Since the ghost race has said so, I will give you a discount. I will exchange it for 10 small saint pills." The stall owner said, "Let's go." He doesn't want to exchange it at all. Lei Zhongjuan said indifferently. What kind of person was Lei Zhongjuan? He was experienced and knowledgeable. He was clear about the situation in War God City. He wouldn't be easily taken advantage of. Sure enough, when he saw Yang Wu's group preparing to leave, the stall owner anxiously said, "Don't be in a hurry to leave. 5 small saint pills. I will sell it to you at a cheap price." Yang Wu's group didn't say anything and continued to walk forward. 3 small saint pills. If you want to exchange it, then exchange it. If you don't want to exchange it, then forget it. Exchange it. Yang Wu looked at the white-haired demoness' eager eyes and turned around to reply. Immediately, the white-haired she-devil started laughing. Chapter 7:26. 3 little saint pills were not easy to obtain for many people. Only those with great powers could easily take them out. However, those who could come to War God City were mostly people with some foundation. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to make a living here. Yang Wu was glad that he had refined a batch of little saint pills before coming to War God City. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to take them out to trade. That accessory successfully landed in white-haired demoness' hands. She immediately put it away as if she was afraid that others would snatch it back. Yang Wu transmitted a message to her. "What kind of treasure is it? If my senses aren't wrong, it is indeed a sacred item. However, it doesn't mean much to many people. It is useful to me." White-haired demoness replied. "And it's good that it is useful." Yang Wu nodded. White-haired demoness said, "I will repay you. As long as you follow me loyally, I won't mistreat anyone by my side." Yang Wu said indifferently. Yang Wu was not a calculative person. 3 little saint pills might be valuable to others, but it was nothing to him. As long as he had enough ingredients, he could refine them at any time. On the streets of the trading area, the various vendors had a dazzling array of items. There were many people coming and going, making it very lively. Other than white-haired demoness, Yang Wu's group didn't trade anything else for the time being. It wasn't that they didn't like it, but that the prices were too high. Even Yang Wu couldn't trade. At this moment, Lei Zhongjuan's gaze landed on a black pearl in a vendor's hand. He asked, "How much is this pearl?" "1 Saint's soul pill," that person said coldly. Lei Zhongjuan shook his head and reluctantly gave up. The value of a saint pill was extraordinary. How could Lei Zhongjuan have it? Even Yang Wu didn't have it. "Is it worth 1 Saint's soul pill?" Yang Wu asked Lightning Sect. Lei Zhongjuan shook his head and said, "It might not be worth it to others, but it is worth it to me." "Then let's talk again," Yang Wu suggested. "Forget it. He knows that I need it, so he won't lower the price," Lei Zhongjuan replied. Yang Wu asked the stall owner, "There are indeed no Sacred Soul Dan S, but there are still 2-star Soul Dan S. Do you want to exchange them?" The stall owner hesitated for a moment, then threw the black bead to Yang Wu and said, "Exchange." Yang Wu took the black pearl and felt the soul power undulations. He realized that this black pearl definitely contained soul power. It was indeed useful to Lei Zhongjuan. He took out the 2-star soul pills and handed them to the other party. Lei Zhongjuan didn't expect that Yang Wu would really be able to exchange for the pearl. He was overjoyed and said, "Thank you, my lord. No need to thank me. Raising my cultivation base as soon as possible is the right thing to do," Yang Wu replied. "Yang Wu, I also want to buy something." Shu Yujun saw that Yang Wu was so generous, so she hugged Yang Wu's arm and acted coquettishly. "Yujun, you are the young mistress of the Hongshan sect. Do you still need my help?" Yang Wu smiled bitterly. "I don't care. You buy it for them. If you don't buy it for me, then you are biased," Shu Yujun said angrily. "All right, as long as I can buy it, I will buy it for you," Yang Wu replied seriously. "With your words, I am relieved. When I see something I like, I will tell you," Shu Yujun said with satisfaction. After Yang Wu's group walked for a while, Yang Wu suddenly sensed something. He looked at a stall and saw a damaged battle armor. It was stained with a lot of mud and had many cracks. No matter how he looked at it, it was a worthless old item. The people who passed by did not show any interest when they saw such a battle armor. Yang Wu looked at the stall owner again and raised his eyebrows slightly. A smile appeared on his face as he walked towards the stall owner. The stall owner was dozing off. His face was covered by a straw hat, revealing only half of his face. When he sensed someone walking over, he opened his eyes and promoted, "Young master, don't miss this. This is an ancient sacred armor. Even if it is a little damaged, it still has a very strong defense. It only costs 50,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones." "Is 50,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones enough?" Yang Wu looked at the person and asked. The person raised his head and looked at Yang Wu. His eyes instantly widened as he shouted, "It's you. Haha, isn't it me?" Yang Wu laughed. "Bastard, I've been looking for you for a long time. If you don't return my things today, I won't let you off." The stall owner shouted angrily. "All right, I'll settle the score with you." "I haven't settled the score with you for those arrows you shot at me." Yang Wu revealed a playful expression. Yang Wu thought that the stall owner would kneel and beg for mercy when he saw him. Who knew that the stall owner's gaze would land on Shu Yujun and white-haired demoness? His mouth was about to drool. "If you keep looking, I'll make you blind." Shu Yujun glared back at the stall owner and said sternly, "Young miss is so beautiful. Even if you make me blind, I'm willing." The stall owner said with an intoxicated expression. Yang Wu said indifferently, "Do you believe that I'll shout flower thief Jiang Ping is here?" Yang Wu really didn't think that he would meet Jiang Ping in War God City. This fellow had left a deep impression on him in the broken space. Jiang Ping nervously stared at Yang Wu and said, "Brother, you're forcing me to fall out with you like this. If you don't want me to force you, that's fine too. Give me this broken armor." Yang Wu pointed at the armor and said with a smile, "Hee hee, it's not impossible if you want my sacred armor." Jiang Ping kept him in suspense. Then he looked at Shu Yujun and said, "How about letting her accompany me for a night? You're courting death." Shu Yujun shouted. She reached out a hand and angrily slapped at Jiang Ping's face. Jiang Ping's reaction was extremely fast. He quickly moved to the side and dodged Shu Yujun's palm. How could Shu Yujun let it go so easily? Her palm was like a snake that chased after Jiang Ping and continued to attack his vital points. Who knew that Jiang Ping didn't care about defense? Instead, he reached out a hand and grabbed Shu Yujun's ample bosom. He planned to exchange injury for injury. Shameless, Shu Yujun cursed as she retracted her body. How could she be willing to be humiliated? Jiang Ping, it seems like a dog can't change its habit. Zongjun taken down, Yang Wu said coldly. No man would be able to take it if his woman was taken advantage of like this. Lei Zongjun immediately made his move and grabbed at Jiang Ping. Although Jiang Ping's strength increased quickly and reached the high-rank heavenly fish realm, he couldn't do anything in front of a peak minor saint. Who knew that Jiang Ping's reaction was too fast? He turned into a gust of wind and disappeared from the spot. Yang Wu, just you wait. If I don't steal the woman beside you, I swear I'm not a human. Jiang Ping left behind a ruthless remark. I'll wait for you. Yang Wu picked up the broken armor and said with a faint smile on his face. This broken armor might not be useful to others, but should be useful to him. Sure enough, when he held the armor, the mud on the armor automatically fell off, revealing a dark blue surface. There were crisscrossing marks on the armor. Vaguely, there were traces of blood qi that resonated with the battle blood in his body. Yang Wu was sure that this was the armor of the ancestors of the Yang family. Yang Wu didn't know where Jiang Ping got it from. If he had the chance to meet Jiang Ping again, he would definitely take him down and interrogate him about where he got it from. Maybe Jiang Ping really found a secret place. When Yang Wu and his group were preparing to go to other places, someone appeared in front of them. Yang Wu recognized the other party at a glance. It was Xing Baiyan, whom he had met in the City of Redemption. Other than LV Jiaoyan, there was also the Sanju group that they had chased away last night. Xing Baiyan was wearing a black robe and a snake-shaped headband. He stood with his hands behind his back. His eyes were suffused with an oppressive light. He looked at Yang Wu and said faintly, I've searched high and low for you. Hand over the mysterious phoenix, sword of my Xing family, and the fire seed on your body. If you do, I'll consider letting you live. Currently, Xing Baiyan's combat strength had reached a higher level, reaching the half-step dragon transformation realm. He was only half a step away from becoming a true dragon transformation realm expert. The people around Yang Wu became nervous. The other party didn't come with good intentions. Yang Wu just glanced at Xing Baiyan, as if he didn't hear Xing Baiyan's words, and continued to move forward. Bastard, didn't you hear what my young master said? Zhu Daji scolded. Dwarf, who do you think you are? How dare you block my lord's path? Don't tell me you didn't get beaten up last night. Lei Zongjuan stepped forward and responded. Zhu Daji, Zhu Busan, and Zhu Wenro all recognized Lei Zongjuan. There was a hint of fear in their eyes. The other party was strong and wasn't someone they could deal with. Try scolding me again. Don't think we're afraid of you. Zhu Daji snorted coldly. Then let's fight again. Lei Zongjuan didn't give the other party any time to prepare. His evil palm slapped towards Zhu Daji's face. How could Zhu Daji alone be a match for Lei Zongjuan? Just as Lei Zongjuan's palm was about to hit his face, an old man behind Xing Baiyan moved like lightning. He threw out a fist to block Lei Zongjuan's attack. A ghost dares to be disrespectful to our Xing clan? Aren't you afraid that we'll burn down your nest? This unremarkable old man stared at Lei Zongjuan and said faintly, Do you really think the Xing clan is invincible? Do you think we ghosts are useless? If you have the ability, then go and destroy us. Lei Zongjuan said disdainfully. Very well, I'll destroy you first. The old man said fiercely and rushed out like a cheetah. His fist was aimed at Lei Zongjuan's vitals, accompanied by raging flames. The fire of extreme yang was one of the ghost's nemesis. Without waiting for Lei Zongjuan to react, white-haired demoness beside him took the initiative. A delicate palm slapped on the old man's fist. Asterisk bang. Asterisk the battle between the two peak minor saints created a powerful shockwave. Fortunately, they controlled their strength. Otherwise, it would affect the stall owners around them. None of the stall owners were kind people. They couldn't afford to offend them. However, before the two of them could decide a victor, Xing Baiyan was beaten up by Yang Wu. Asterisk pa. Asterisk asterisk. Chapter 7:27. Xing Baiyin and Yang Wu were standing very close to each other. They both had their own supporters, but none of them expected that Yang Wu would suddenly attack Xing Baiyin. Xing Baiyin was not a weakling. He was a rising star of the Xing family and was at least in the top 10 of the younger generation. Now that he had reached the half-step dragon transformation realm, he was confident that no one in the heavenly fish realm could be his match. Who knew that Yang Wu would suddenly slap him, causing him to be stunned? LV Jiaolian shouted from the side. How dare you? You actually dared to sneak an attack. I'll tear you apart for Brother Yin. You want to fight? I'll accompany you. Shu Yujun replied to LV Jiaolian. You sluts, if I don't teach you a lesson, you won't know how powerful we are. LV Jiaolian angrily rebuked, using her finger as a sword to stab Shu Yujun's eyes. Just as Shu Yujun was about to make a move, an old voice rang out. Whoever dares to make a move in the trading zone will be killed without mercy. These were the words of a sage. Everyone in the trading zone heard it clearly, and they were so scared that they restrained their auras. The old man from the Xing family in Lei Zhongjuan stopped, not daring to make a big deal out of it. Xing Baiyin covered his face, his eyes emitting a strong killing intent as he said, Yang Wu, if I don't kill you, then I'm not human. If you have the guts, then come out and fight with me. I'm sorry, I don't have the guts. Yang Wu replied with a serious face. Shu Yujun behind him could not help but laugh. Yang Wu, you're so bad, but I like it. Good, very good. I don't believe that you'll just hide here forever. Xing Baiyin had never been humiliated like this before. He wanted nothing more than to tear Yang Wu apart. If I were you, I'd quickly scram to avoid humiliating myself. Yang Wu said with disdain as he led his people away. Yang Wu's slap was satisfying. So how could Xing Baiyin let it go? He said to the old man, Gather the troops. I want them to die without a burial place. Yes, young master. The old man replied and disappeared before his eyes to call for reinforcements. Yang Wu did not take this matter to heart. The Xing family and the Yang family were already at odds with each other. He could not back down just because the other party was strong. He could only fight to the end. Not long after, he saw someone trading for an evil demon puppet. This evil puppet was at the level of a minor devil saint. Unfortunately, it was already a dead puppet and not a living puppet. The value of a living puppet was much higher than that of an undead puppet. Undead puppets were more common than living puppets, and they were easier to control. There were already quite a few people surrounding the puppet. It seemed like they all wanted to trade for the puppet. With this puppet, it was equivalent to having another guardian puppet. To a dragon transformation realm expert, this was dispensable, but to a heavenly fish realm expert, it was precious. Someone asked, How much for this puppet? When it was alive, it was infinitely close to the level of a devil saint. It's worth at least 50,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones. The highest bidder will get it, or a peak minor saint battle technique will do too. Most of the heavenly fish realm experts were stunned after hearing the price. They did not have such wealth, so only those from large families had the right to compete. 60,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones. I'll take it. A rich young master was the first to bid. 65,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones. Another person bid. Even if this peak minor devil saint was an undead puppet, it was still worth a lot. The price quickly rose to 80,000 high-grade Xian spirit stones. This price was reaching its limit. Yang Wu was also very interested in this puppet, but when he heard that the price was so high, he could only smile bitterly. He had gotten quite a lot of Xian spirit stones from Yang Jinghai, at least 100,000, but he did not plan to use it to buy this puppet. At that moment, Shu Yujun said, 85,000, I'll take it. Yang Wu looked at Shu Yujun and gave her a thumbs up. Rich woman, don't forget what we got from the Demon Palace. Shu Yujun winked at Yang Wu. The puppet controlling technique was one of the inheritances in the Demon Taming Hall. Shu Yujun had also obtained it before, which was the reason why she had bought this puppet. The price she offered was already very high. No one competed with her, and the puppet successfully landed in her hands. With this big guy, we will have more protection in the God of War Pagoda. Shu Yujun looked at the puppet with satisfaction. You are right. Yang Wu agreed. I want to find a place to control it immediately, Shu Yujun said. Okay, Yang Wu answered softly. He brought Shu Yujun to a secluded place and waited for her to control the puppet. This place was still within the boundaries of the trading street, so the Xing family did not dare to act rashly. Shu Yujun quickly used the puppet controlling technique and imprinted her willpower on the puppet so that it would listen to her commands. Half an hour later, Shu Yujun looked a little tired. This is a top-notch small fiend saint. The willpower it requires is too strong. With my current mental strength, I am unable to control it. Then keep it for now. When you break through to the dragon transformation realm, I believe it will not be a problem, Yang Wu said from the side. Why don't you give it a try? Shu Yujun asked. Yang Wu smiled and said, If I succeed, then wouldn't you have bought it for nothing? Isn't what's mine also yours? Shu Yujun looked at Yang Wu charmingly as she spoke. Yang Wu's body and mind melted. This woman really did not care about anything for him. Yang Wu lightly nodded and began to recall the mysteries of the puppet controlling technique. The war soul in the god's court was forming a seal, and strands of mental strength were sent towards the evil fiend puppet. This was the corpse of an evil spirit. It was refined into a puppet to prevent its flesh from festering and strengthen its toughness, making it comparable to a minor saint weapon. If one wanted to control it, they would have to take control of its body. The puppet control technique was to use one's mental power to enter the core of the puppet and establish a connection with the puppet. Then, one would be able to control it completely. Yang Wu's mental strength smoothly entered the space between the puppet's eyebrows. The demon core, there had already lost its soul. It needed to be infused with mental strength to control the puppet. Yang Wu discovered that Shu Yujun's mental strength was collapsing and could not be gathered. The main reason was that the demon core space was not small. It was not easy to fill it with mental strength. Even an ordinary dragon transformation realm expert would not be able to do it. Yang Wu was very confident in himself. Boundless mental strength continued to gather, and soon, the demon core space was filled with his mental strength. This was not enough. He had to use the puppet controlling technique's mysteries to form a soul, and then use the soul to enter the puppet's body. Only then would he be able to completely control it. This step was incomparably crucial, but it was also very easy to fail. The slightest mistake would cause his mental strength to collapse. Yang Wu possessed the Soul Control Sutra. He had already condensed a war soul, so it was not difficult for him to create a soul fragment. It quickly took the shape of his soul fragment in the demon core space. The soul fragment then sent its mental strength into every part of the puppet, quickly filling every part of the puppet. Yang Wu tried to use the soul fragment's power to move the puppet's arm. The puppet's arm moved as expected. He then moved his consciousness, and the puppet's legs moved. You can really control it? Shu Yujun was shocked. Yang Wu laughed and replied, Yes, it seems like my puppet controlling technique is better than yours. Yes, you are indeed better than me. Then I'll give this puppet to you. You have provoked many enemies, so it will be safer with it, Shu Yujun replied. Yang Wu's heart was filled with gratitude. He did not pretend to be pretentious with Shu Yujun. He had given Shu Yujun a lot of elixirs before, and he did not ask for anything in return. Perhaps unknowingly, feelings had sprouted between the two of them. Yang Wu and his group did not continue shopping. They had heard that the Xianyuan clan's princess was hosting a banquet in the Celestial Wine Pavilion and had invited the various geniuses to gather. The younger generation of the Yang clan had all been invited, and Yang Wu had also been notified to head to the Celestial Wine Pavilion. Originally, Yang Wu did not want to go, but Shu Yujun insisted that he must go. She emphasized, the Xianyuan clan is the most ancient clan, and each of their princesses is incomparably noble. If you can gain their friendship, you will definitely be able to do whatever you want in War God City, and it will only be beneficial for the Yang clan. Then let's go take a look, Yang Wu replied. Shu Yujun added, Don't be mesmerized by them, or else I will not let you off. I am not that kind of person, Yang Wu emphasized. Yang Wu and his group left the trading street, thinking that the Xing clan's people would be waiting to ambush them. Who knew that no one would appear? Yang Wu was puzzled. He did not think that Xing Bian was someone who would be willing to take things lying down. Yang Wu did not think too much about it. He kept a vigilant eye on the surroundings, and they soon arrived at the Celestial Wine Pavilion. The Celestial Wine Pavilion was the largest restaurant in War God City. It occupied a large area and had top-grade delicacies and fine wine. Many martial artists liked to gather here to drink and chat about the world. On this day, the Celestial Wine Pavilion was reserved by the Xianyuan clan's little princess. She only invited the top prodigies who came to the War God Pagoda to interact and make friends. Many people gathered in front of the Celestial Wine Pavilion, and most of them were young people. They were all in high spirits and had an imposing appearance. They walked towards the Celestial Wine Pavilion with majestic steps. However, many young people were stopped outside the restaurant because they did not have an invitation letter. Didn't Princess Xianyuan invite all the prodigies in War God City? I'm so famous. Why can't I enter? This young master's face is the invitation card. Where are your eyes, you slaves? Princess Xianyuan is so beautiful. If only I could see her face, I would have nothing left in my life. I am unparalleled in speed and am able to sweep through the younger generation of War God City. I should be able to enter. Bang, bang. Those arrogant young people wanted to force their way in, but they were all met with tragedy. They were directly kicked out by the guards in front of the Celestial Wine Pavilion. Those who do not have an invitation letter will be killed without mercy. This voice reverberated in all directions. Chapter 728. Yang Wu was called by the people of the Yang family, but he didn't have an invitation letter with him. When he saw so many people being thrown out, he didn't hesitate to leave with them. The person who came to inform him said, "Yang Wu, why are you leaving?" Yang Wu turned his head and looked at the person calmly. "If you want to trick me, just say it." That person revealed a trace of panic. Why would I trick you? We are from the war tribe. We don't need an invitation letter." "Then you go in first. If you can enter, I will enter as well." "How about that?" Yang Wu suggested. I'm not the designated candidate. I don't have the right to enter." The person stuttered. Yang Wu shook his head lightly. He didn't want to talk nonsense with the person. He had experienced a lot of things in these years. He could see things clearer than anyone else. The person in front of him was just a pawn. The one who wanted to embarrass him must be someone else. Yang Wu was too lazy to bother about who did it. In his eyes, wasn't worth mentioning anyway. Before Yang Wu could leave, the trio, the old man of the Xing family, Xingyue, and two gloomy middle-aged men attacked Yang Wu's group at the same time. "Yang Wu, today is the day you die." Xing Bian's voice sounded from behind. The trio burst out with the strength of a peak minor saint. Xingyue was also a peak minor saint. The other two had reached mid-minor saint. Such strength was enough to threaten Yang Wu's group. Lei Zhongjuan and white-haired Demonis reacted the fastest. When the other party attacked, they had already joined hands to block the attack of the 6 people. The people nearby were shocked. They quickly left the place, fearing that they would be affected. "This is too much. Brother Yuyang, what are you waiting for?" Shu Yujun shouted. Wang Yuyang appeared, but he didn't attack. Instead, he rushed to Shu Yujun's side and quickly retreated with her. It seemed like he didn't want to participate. "Brother Yuyang, what are you doing? Why don't you attack them?" Shu Yujun exclaimed. "My duty is to protect you. I cannot participate in the struggle between the war clans. Otherwise, it would be difficult for me to protect you." Wang Yuyang replied. "No, I order you to protect Yang Wu now," Shu Yujun said firmly. "Eldest miss, you've done so much for him. Does he appreciate it?" "I don't care if he appreciates it or not. I only do what I have to do. If he has the ability to protect you, then he doesn't need the help of others. Let him bear all of this himself. Otherwise, I can only bring you back to the sect." "How dare you?" Yang Wu didn't blame Wang Yuyang for taking Shu Yujun away. On the contrary, he was glad that she was taken away. This way, he wouldn't have to take care of her. "Luo Yin, you protect yourself well. How about Brother Ba fight with me?" Yang Wu said to Bai Luo Yin and Yang Ba. "Lord, don't worry. I definitely won't drag you down." Bai Luo Yin said seriously. "Then let's fight," Yang Ba said with high fighting spirit. In the next moment, Yang Ba unleashed all the energy in his body. The spirit of the black tortoise appeared behind him. His battle prowess skyrocketed. He held a battle axe that was given to him by his family and slashed at a minor saint from the Xing family. During this period of time, Yang Ba had been cultivating wholeheartedly. His cultivation had already recovered to the peak state he was at in the City of Redemption. In fact, it had even improved to the point where he was comparable to a half-step dragon transformation realm cultivator. He had also condensed the black tortoise spirit, causing the power of his battle blood to increase. It was enough for him to fight a dragon transformation realm cultivator. Although Yang Wu's side didn't have many people, their fighting strength was astonishing. It wasn't a problem for them to block the 6 of them. Moreover, as long as Lei Zhongjuan used his true strength and took out the soul-suppressing pot, it would be enough to kill Xingyue. The white-hair witch's fighting strength was above Lei Zhongjuan's. However, she couldn't reveal her unique battle skill and change to another one. She couldn't use her full strength and could only tangle with the 3 scholars. It would be difficult for her to win in a short period of time. Yang Ba used his full strength, and his fighting strength was astonishing. However, it wouldn't be easy to kill a mid-stage dragon transformation realm cultivator. Another dragon transformation realm cultivator broke through the line of defense and charged at Yang Wu. You offended the 7th young master. Even if you had 7 heads, it wouldn't be enough to kill you. The dragon transformation realm cultivator shouted and slashed at Yang Wu's head with a battle sword. This sword slash broke through layers of air. It contained sword intent and was enough to easily kill Yang Wu. The surrounding people watched this scene with wide eyes. They wanted to know if the young man in front of them could escape this tyrannical fatal attack. So tyrannical, Yang Wu sighed softly. The evil devil puppet appeared beside him and swung out a powerful fist to block the sword slash. Kill him, Yang Wu ordered without hesitation. The puppet didn't have a life. Under the control of his divided soul, it only knew how to attack crazily and didn't care about the injuries on its body. This was a puppet that was about to enter the Devil's Saint realm. Its strength could even hold back a peak minor saint for a while. How could a mid-stage dragon transformation realm cultivator block its attack? The sword slash was shattered and the fist landed on the man's chest rapidly. The man's sternum was broken and he coughed out blood. The evil devil puppet continued to chase after him, determined to kill him directly. The man who was entangled by Yang Ba saw that his comrade was injured and quickly broke away from Yang Ba and chased after the puppet. Xing Bian didn't expect that the people he brought couldn't do anything to Yang Wu. His heart was filled with anger. Just as he was about to deal with Yang Wu personally, Lu Jiaoyan called for her protector to attack. The protector's target was very clear. As long as he could take down Yang Wu, the puppet would lose its effect. This was a high-level dragon transformation realm martial artist. His speed was very fast, and just as he was about to reach Yang Wu, Lei Zhongjuan smashed the soul-suppressing gourd at the Lu family protector. The protector couldn't dodge in time and was hit by the soul-suppressing pot. After a miserable scream, his body exploded into a cloud of blood mist, and he died on the spot. You want to kill my master? You must all die. Lei Zhongjuan was once in the Saint Realm. His battle strength was extremely strong. After receiving the ghost cultivation art from Yang Wu, he was very grateful to Yang Wu. He wouldn't allow any accidents to happen to Yang Wu. When Xingyue saw Lei Zhongjuan take out a saint weapon, his old eyes jumped up. He didn't expect the opponent to have such a trump card. If this saint weapon hit him, he wouldn't be able to withstand it. Damn it! You dare to kill my protector elder. You're dead. Lu Jiaoyan shouted angrily. Jiaoyan, I will definitely give you an explanation for this matter, Xing Bian said in a deep voice. Then he shouted, Where are my brothers and sisters of the Xing clan? Come out and help me. Following his order, several young men and women walked out of the wine pavilion. You dare to bully our 7th brother? How bold! It seems that many people don't put our Xing clan in their eyes. I want to see where this brat came from. The young men and women spoke one after another. They were full of arrogance, as if no one was worthy of their attention. Moreover, They didn't seem to be very willing to help Xingbayan. They were just talking. One of the young men stood out. He was tall and mighty. He wore armor and a cape. He carried a spear on his back. He looked at the battlefield with arrogant eyes and said, "The Xing clan will not be bullied by outsiders." His words were quite domineering, but they were also quite effective. After his voice fell, a few protector elders of the Xing family rushed out from the crowd and charged towards Lei Zhongjuan, white-haired demoness, and the evil puppet at the same time. On the contrary, Yang Wu, Yang Ba, and Bai Luoyun weren't their targets. "Thank you, third brother, for your help." Xingbayan looked at the young man and said with a trace of respect. This young man was Xingbayan's cousin, Xing Bijian. He was stronger than Xingbayan and had a higher status. "I heard that aunt gave you a task," Xing Bijian asked. "That's right. He is Yang Wu. He is the one who brought white-haired demoness out. I'm going to take him down." Xingbayan pointed at Yang Wu and said, "Then why aren't you taking him down?" Xing Bijian said. At this time, someone stood out and interrupted Xing Bijian and the others, saying, "The Xing clan only knows how to bully people with numbers. Do you dare fight us one-on-one?" Yang Wu looked at the person who spoke. It was Yang Xiaoxue from the Yang clan. Beside her was Yang Ti Xiao and the others. They didn't support Yang Wu. "Xiaoxue, are you crazy? Come back. We don't need to provoke them," Yang Jing whispered to Yang Xiaoxue. Yang Xiaoxue didn't seem to hear Yang Jing's words. She rushed towards Yang Wu. Xing Bijian looked at Yang Xiaoxue and smiled. The men of the Yang clan have fallen so low that they have to rely on a woman. How sad. He paused for a moment and looked at Xingbayan. "Seventh brother, why don't you give them a chance to fight us one-on-one?" Xingbayan frowned. "Third brother, we have the advantage. Taking them down is the best choice. Why we have to fight them one-on-one?" "You're right. Why we have to fight them one-on-one? We aren't stupid." Xing Bijian looked at Yang Xiaoxue and smiled disdainfully. Yang Xiaoxue pursed her lips and said, "We are all from the Battle Clan. You will suffer retribution for humiliating us like this." "Ha! You are such a naive child." Xing Bijian laughed maniacally. Xingbayan sneered. "The women of the Yang clan are really stupid." The people around them laughed mockingly. They felt that Yang Xiaoxue was ignorant and pitiful. This was a world where the strong ruled. If the Yang clan wasn't as strong as the Xing clan, they would only be bullied. Yang Xiaoxue didn't even understand this. She really was an idiot in the eyes of others. Yang Ti Xiao couldn't help but shout, "Xiaoxue, come back. Don't embarrass the Yang clan." Who is the one who is embarrassing the Yang clan? We are all from the Yang clan. Our clansmen are being bullied, but you're trying to protect yourselves. Don't you feel ashamed? Yang Xiaoxue asked. Yang Ti Xiao was so angry that his face turned red. He didn't know how to retort. Clap, clap. Someone clapped and laughed. Well said. Why don't you give this princess some face and fight one-on-one? Chapter 729. The Xianyuan clan was the leader of the 8 great battle clans. Since ancient times, the Xianyuan clan's strength had never dropped from its position as the overlord. Even the Yang clan, who had once been in the limelight, could only stand on equal footing with the Xianyuan clan. The Xianyuan clan was the ancestral clan of the human race. The ancestor of the human race, the Yellow Emperor, was from the Xianyuan clan. With his own strength, he swept away the demons and suppressed the other clans. He gave the human race a place to live and created the human domain. The Xianyuan clan was also the most orthodox human race. They had the most ancient inheritance and the most outstanding bloodline. Even now, their clan was still flourishing. Their aura was like the heavens, suppressing everything. It was because of this that the War God City existed in the Xianyuan clan's territory. The War God Pagoda was also guarded by them. The princess of the Xianyuan clan was comparable to the saints and saintesses of the various major factions. Above the divine wine pavilion, a young lady with a thin veil on her face was surrounded by a group of young prodigies. She looked down in the direction of the battle and let out a melodious voice. Today, she had booked the entire place for a banquet and gathered with the young prodigies. Getting to know more prodigies would only be beneficial to her. She had not expected that there would be an intense battle outside the wine pavilion. It was hard for her not to notice it. When she found out that the Xing clan and the Yang clan had clashed, her interest was greatly piqued. Hence, she could not help but speak up. After she spoke, a large group of people immediately agreed. The seventh princess is right. What grudges do we have? Even if we do, we have to settle it openly. There's no point in fighting in groups. If you want to fight, let's fight one-on-one. This is the place where the seventh princess is holding a banquet for the young prodigies. Fighting and killing will spoil the mood. Xing Bijian, quickly ask your people to retreat. Let's fight one-on-one. That's right. You all have ruined the seventh princess's mood. You all deserve to die. Why aren't you all stopping? We are all battle clans. Wouldn't it be a joke if we started a public battle? Many young prodigies were on the seventh princess's side. It was clear how charming she was. Xing Bijian was also one of the seventh princess's admirers. He laughed heartily. Since the seventh princess has spoken, let's all stop. As he spoke, the people from the Xing clan all retreated. Lei Zhongjuan and white-haired Demonis also did not continue to attack. The other party was bullying them with numbers. It was not easy for them. If it was only to break out of the encirclement, they could do it at any time, but it was not easy to protect Yangwu. This is the person Ant wants to capture, Xing Bian said to Xing Bijian. Didn't you hear what the seventh princess said? You just have to fight him one-on-one and take him down, Xing Bijian replied. After a pause, he asked, Don't you have confidence? How could I not be confident? I'm just afraid that he wouldn't dare, Xing Bian shouted. At this moment, everyone's eyes were focused on Yangwu. He had become the center of attention. Without waiting for Yangwu to speak, Yang Tixiao spoke first. Yangwu, settle your own problems. Don't drag us down with you. He regretted it the moment he said it. It seemed like he shouldn't have said it in front of so many people. Indeed, many people looked at him with disdain. Even the people from the Yang clan quietly distanced themselves from him. This person was too spineless. Yangwu couldn't even be bothered to look at Yang Tixiao. He felt that the other party was really retarded. He looked at the people around him and then cupped his hands at Yang Xiaoxue. Thank you. Immediately after, he gestured to his people and prepared to leave with them. He had no interest in being a monkey in front of these people. Yangwu, are you a coward? Xing Bian pointed at Yangwu and provoked him. Whether I'm a coward or not, didn't you already know when we were in the City of Redemption? Yangwu retorted. You brought the white-haired Demonis out. That's a provocation to the Xing clan. If you don't want all your men to die, you'd better fight with me. If you win, we can settle this after the God of War Pagoda incident. If you lose, everything you have will be mine, Xing Bian threatened. The Xing clan had the advantage in numbers. It wouldn't be easy for Yangwu and his men to defeat them. If the other party wanted to kill them, his men might not be able to escape unscathed. Lei Zhongjuan said, Lord, I'll open a path for you. The white-haired Demonis said, I'll bring you back. The two of them seemed to have a tacit understanding of protecting their master. Yangwu ignored them. Instead, he looked at Xing Bian and said, It's not impossible for me to fight with you one-on-one. I'm just afraid that the Xing clan will go back on their word. You're underestimating the Xing clan. Xing Bian snorted. You guys are famous for being treacherous and cunning. Yangwu went with the flow. What are you talking about? You can fight with my seventh brother. No matter who wins or loses, let's forget about the matter between the two of you for now. Otherwise, I'll kill all of you right now, Xing Bijian said unhappily. Why don't I fight with you? Yangwu looked at Xing Bijian and said. Xing Bijian was a genuine dragon transformation realm expert. For Yangwu to dare to provoke him like this, it was a bold move. You don't have the right, Xing Bijian said disdainfully. Yangwu, I can't be bothered to talk nonsense with you. Take this. Xing Bian lost his patience. With a roar, he sprung up and threw a flaming palm at Yangwu from a distance. Sacred Sun Palm. The palm energy was like the sun, and the flames were raging. Xing Bian had improved a lot compared to when he was in the City of Redemption. He didn't show any mercy and could destroy a mountain with a single palm. Then don't blame me for being ruthless. Yangwu was annoyed by the people from the Xing family. He replied coldly and sent out a blue palm energy to meet Xing Bian's sun energy. River Splitting Palm. Palm energy against palm energy. It was a battle of strength. Bang! Both palms exploded, and celestial chi splashed everywhere. Neither of them took half a step back, and their combat strength was on par. Kill! Xingbian already knew that Yang Wu wasn't easy to deal with. He focused all his energy and attacked Yang Wu with all his might. Sacred Sun Palm prints were sent out crazily, and the surging palm energy fell with the dense sun energy. The attack was quite shocking. Yang Wu's gaze was reserved. He stood with a water-calming stance, and his body was like a dragon turtle. His palms split the river, and he continuously sent out palm after palm, blocking all of Xingbian's attacks. The crowd couldn't help but comment as they watched the two Sky Prides fight so fiercely. Who was that young man from the Yang family? He can actually fight evenly with the seventh young master of the Xing family. Not bad. The Xing family Xinghua is second only to the Xinyuan family's Diyan. If that kid is touched by it, he will definitely die. Xingbian probably hasn't used all his strength yet. His opponent is only at the advanced heavenly fish realm. It should be a piece of cake for him to take him down. Why do I feel that young man from the Yang family looks very familiar? He looks like Yang Wu, who won the title of Heavenly King in the fragmented space. There was no lack of people present who had been to the fragmented space before. That was also the gathering place of the younger generation of Sky Prides. Now that the God of War Pagoda had reopened, the first 3 levels were open to the public. Hence, young Sky Prides from various factions had come, hoping to enter the God of War Pagoda to cultivate once. As members of the 8 major battle tribes, they were qualified to cultivate above the 3rd level. The situation on the battlefield changed rapidly. Xingbian was really going all out. The Xinghua on his palms turned into a sun, enveloping Yang Wu's position. He wanted to completely destroy Yang Wu. However, no matter how ferocious his firepower was, Yang Wu was still able to deal with it with ease. He was completely unaffected. Yang Wu was at the advanced heavenly fish realm. Before coming to the God of War City, he had been baptized by lightning. With a minor sage battle body, he could ignore any opponent at the heavenly fish realm. You want to fight me one-on-one with such little strength? I really don't know where you get your confidence from. Yang Wu mocked. He wasn't in a hurry to defeat Xingbian because he didn't want to expose his strength too quickly. He might be able to achieve a surprising effect by holding back. You have completely angered me. Purple sun, sky burning palm. Xingbian's palms changed. He clasped his palms together, forming a sea of fire that came crashing down. That domineering firepower incinerated everything around it. Many people felt the pressure increase. If they were in Yang Wu's position, they would definitely be killed. This was the power of a dragon transformation realm cultivator. I really don't know where you get your confidence from. Yang Wu said disdainfully. He waved his arms and formed a seal with both hands. A tortoise shadow appeared behind him. He took a step forward and threw out a punch and a palm at the same time. It was as if the sea was being flipped over. Dragon tortoise sea flipping technique. Boom, boom, boom. The two completely different forces collided. Xianqi splashed out like rain, and the space seemed to shake. The onlookers were so frightened that they retreated further and further. When the two forces landed, a figure was sent flying. Blood spurted out his mouth. Everyone looked carefully and realized that the person who was sent flying was Xingbian. Trash! Xingbian narrowed his eyes and couldn't help but curse. Good job! Yang Xiaoxue waved her pink arms and shouted. As a member of the Yang family, she was very happy to see Yang Wu defeat a member of the Xing family. Xingbian naturally wouldn't admit defeat so easily. He held the purple flame sword and charged over. His eyes were red with anger. He slashed down with his sword, and the world instantly lost its color. A torrent of flames rushed toward Yang Wu. Yang Wu could feel that Xingbian's attack was stronger than all the previous attacks. He was definitely going all out. Yang Wu faced the attack head-on and took a step forward. The spirit of the black tortoise appeared behind him. He gathered the force of his fist and punched out forcefully. Black tortoise tyrant fist. This was a battle technique that he had awakened from his bloodline inheritance. It was one of the unique battle techniques of the Yang family. When combined with the power of his bloodline, he could unleash the most powerful attack. A black tortoise rushed over with torrential waves. It raised its head and roared. Mountains and rivers collapsed, and a natural disaster descended. Bang! The black tortoise swallowed the purple flame and continued to rush towards Xingbayan. If he was hit by this attack, he would be seriously injured even if he didn't die. Just when Yang Wu thought that he would win, a sinister smile appeared on Xingbayan's face. He suddenly unleashed his innate talent, Flame Mirror. Chapter 730. Everyone's innate potential was different, and the power they could unleash was also different. Xingbayan's innate potential was also different from others. His innate potential was awakened in front of his chest, where it seemed to form a flame mirror. When a powerful force landed on the flame mirror, it would explode with a rebounding force, reflecting the power of the attack and even increasing it by several times. Yang Wu's fist energy could shake a dragon transformation realm powerhouse, but under Xingbayan's flame mirror, it was reflected back and became even stronger. Yang Wu had fought with many powerhouses and had seen many kinds of attacks, but this was the first time he had encountered an attack that was reflected back. He couldn't dodge in time, and the rebounding fist energy smashed into his body. Bang! Yang Wu's position was smashed into a deep pit, and Yang Wu was most likely dead. Ha! No matter how powerful you are, you can't even withstand a single blow from this young master. Xingbayan laughed heartily. Xing Bijian shouted, "Be careful!" Xing Bijian's warning was too late. A figure rushed towards Xingbayan like lightning, and a series of fists enveloped him, causing him to be at a loss. Bang! Bang! Xingbayan became a punching bag, being savagely abused by Yang Wu. Even if he was wearing armor, he couldn't withstand Yang Wu's attacks. "You really think you're invincible?" Yang Wu said indifferently. Yang Wu wasn't even afraid of the heavenly lightning, so how could he be afraid of a mere rebounding force? "Let go of my young master," Xingyue shouted, wanting to deal with Yang Wu. Seventh Princess Xuanyuan's voice sounded. "No one is allowed to interfere." Her words were like an imperial edict, and Xingyue didn't dare to act rashly. Xingbayan's limbs were quickly crippled by Yang Wu, and he didn't even have the chance to use his rebounding force. Yang Wu easily pinched his throat as if he was holding a chicken. He completely disregarded him and said, "I wanted to kill you when we were in the City of Redemption." Burning desire. Xingbayan was not willing to be killed by Yang Wu. Purple flames burst out from his body, and he looked like he wanted to die together with Yang Wu. Yang Wu's chest had a strong devouring power, and the flames were all absorbed by blue demoness. The purple flames could not hurt him at all. Futile struggle. "I'll send you on your way," Yang Wu said coldly as he increased the strength of his wrist, preparing to kill Xingbayan. A look of fear flashed across Xingbayan's face. Without hesitation, he activated an imperial edict that he carried with him. With the help of the Saint Force, he quickly broke free from Yang Wu's control. "Yang Wu, I will never let you off." Xingbayan didn't take the opportunity to escape. He put away the imperial edict again, and the talent in front of his chest burst out again. A dazzling fire mirror shone on Yang Wu's face, so bright that Yang Wu couldn't open his eyes. At the same time, Xingbayan rushed over with a purple flame, sword raised high. A purple python opened its mouth and tried to swallow Yang Wu's head. Fire python devouring life. Xingbayan was indeed the pride of the Xing family. This chain of attacks was definitely enough to kill a dragon transformation realm warrior. "Yang Wu, be careful." Shu Yujun watched from afar, her heart in her throat. Yang Xiaoxue also clenched her fists, unwilling to see Yang Wu lose. Xing Bijian smiled with satisfaction and muttered, "Not bad. He didn't embarrass the Xing family." Pung! Xingbayan's purple flame sword fell on Yang Wu's head. He thought that Yang Wu's head would explode, but who knew that Yang Wu's body would be covered in a thick layer of scales. The purple flame sword only sent him flying, but it couldn't explode his head. Black Tortoise battle chi was unparalleled in both offense and defense. This was something that everyone in the transcendent realm knew. At this moment, Yang Wu displayed the black tortoise battle chi's strongest defense. With the muddy scale heavenly armor and the spirit of black tortoise's defense, even a small saint wouldn't be able to hurt him. Xing Bian saw that he couldn't injure Yang Wu and wanted to use the same trick again. How could Yang Wu give him such an opportunity? His body moved like a dragon, constantly changing his position. Xing Bian couldn't catch him, and his flame mirror was no longer effective. Xing Bian became anxious. He waved his purple flame sword and slashed at Yang Wu again and again. He definitely wouldn't give Yang Wu a chance to get close to him. Yang Wu calmly approached. Seizing the opportunity of a slight gap, he swung out a direct attack. Xing Bian couldn't stop in time and was punched in the shoulder by Yang Wu. It was so painful that he almost lost his grip on his battle weapon. Before he could react, Yang Wu's whip leg landed on his lower abdomen and sent him flying. Yang Wu chased after him like a shadow. He didn't plan to give Xing Bian another chance. Xing Bian was indeed worthy of being a genius of the Xing clan. Xing Bian's Xing Fire Earth Chi erupted from his body. He stabbed his purple flame sword into the ground and bounced up high to avoid being hit by Yang Wu again. Yang Wu raised his arm and punched the air. A black tortoise fiercely collided with his fist. Asterisk bang. Asterisk Xing Bian had already entered a defensive state, but he was still thrown thousands of feet away. Blood splattered everywhere. This time, Yang Wu didn't chase after him. Xing Bian was bound to lose. As expected, Xing Bian took the opportunity to drag his heavily injured body away. He left behind a threat. Yang Wu, next time I'll make sure you die. Yang Wu looked at the fleeing Xing Bian and said with a faint smile, "Stray dog." These words not only humiliated Xing Bian, but also all the Xing clan members present. Xing Bijian's face was ashen as he cursed. Trash! Clap, clap. Well done. Let's invite this young master of the Yang clan to the wine pavilion. Seventh Princess Xianyuan clapped and said. The others also applauded. It was not really because Yang Wu's performance was spectacular. It was completely for the sake of Seventh Princess Xianyuan. He really is the number one heavenly king of the fragmented space, Yang Wu. Someone said with certainty. Is he the Yang Wu who defeated the young Hall King of the Immortal Palace? Someone asked. That's right, that's him. I didn't expect him to grow so quickly and reach such a level. The person just now replied. The Heavenly King ranking of the fragmented space in Xiangjiang region was only a small-scale ranking. However, because the geniuses of the major forces were participating, the ranking was not low. To be able to become the number one Heavenly King, one must be an outstanding person. Everyone was also curious about Yang Wu, and their impression of him deepened. Yang Wu turned a deaf ear to Seventh Princess Xuanyuan's words and chose to leave with his people. Yang Wu wasn't a hot-headed young man. No matter how beautiful the other party was, it had nothing to do with him. Yang Wu's actions still made Seventh Princess Xuanyuan's protector unhappy. An unhappy voice sounded. Didn't you hear Seventh Princess's order? Are you deaf? This voice condensed into a line and directly attacked Yang Wu's ears. Yang Wu was adjusting his chi to reduce the power of this voice to the lowest level. Otherwise, he would be injured by this voice. Yang Wu continued to move forward. He didn't want to complicate matters. Bastard, you didn't even hear what I said? How arrogant. Just you wait. I'll teach you how to be a proper person. The person who had spoken earlier swore furiously. Transforming into a gust of wind, he appeared before Yang Wu. Duan Kaifeng. This was a handsome young man. He wore a long robe, and his long silver hair was very dazzling. He stood in the air with his hands behind his back, looking down at Yang Wu with disdain. This was a young man who was half a step into the dragon transformation realm. He was one of Seventh Princess Xuanyuan's admirers. Yang Wu only raised his eyes and didn't move. Yang Ba, who was beside him, had already made his move. Evil Slaughter Axe. Yang Ba didn't show any mercy and used his innate ability. A giant axe light soared into the sky, and a murderous aura enveloped the front. Ling Tian furiously chopped down. The Evil Slaughter Axe wasn't just powerful, It also contained a demonic aura. It was as if countless demonic energies were contained within it, giving people a chilling feeling. Duan Kaifeng didn't expect that someone beside Yang Wu would make a move, and with such a terrifying momentum. Before he could react, his body was bound by a demonic energy, making it impossible for him to dodge this attack. He could only take it head-on. Storm Kick. Duan Kaifeng was not a weakling. He possessed a very powerful wind, profound chi. Facing Yang Ba's move, he also used his own innate skill. His legs rotated, and the surrounding air was stirred up into a storm, which heavily struck towards the evil slaughter axe. Rumble, rumble. 2 waves of energy exploded, and a lot of profound chi flew in all directions. Deep craters appeared on the ground. The evil slaughter axe's power was even more domineering. It broke through the storm and slashed towards Duan Kaifeng. He couldn't dodge in time and was ruthlessly slashed until he spat out blood and was sent flying 1,000 feet away. Yang Ba retracted his attack and said coldly, "Anyone who blocks my lord will be killed." Yang Ba's bloodline power was a level higher, and his battle strength was definitely among the top geniuses. There weren't many people at the same level as him that were his match. The surrounding people looked at the powerful Yang Ba and were shocked. For someone like Yang Wu to be able to make such a person submit, they felt that he was even more mysterious. However, they all thought that this was a protective force that the Yang family had arranged for Yang Wu. They were afraid that Yang Wu would die prematurely. Yang Ba's attack wasn't enough to intimidate the geniuses here. Another person turned into a hawk and said, "The 7th princess kindly invited you. If you don't give her face, then you're not giving the 7th princess any face. No matter where you're from, this prince has the duty to teach you how to behave." The genius in front of them was dressed extravagantly, looking like a distinguished scholar. He held a feather fan in his hand, gently waving it in front of his chest. He looked at Yang Wu with an arrogant expression. This was a prince from one of the dynasties under the Xianyuan family's jurisdiction, Huang Junfei. He was a true dragon transformation realm cultivator. Just as Yang Ba was about to attack again, Yang Wu stopped him. He looked at Huang Junfei and said, "I really don't know what's the point of trying so hard to suck up to a woman. Do you think that showing off your superiority and strength will be enough to capture her heart? You're all idiots. This heavenly king doesn't have time to waste with you. Whoever dares to stop me, don't blame me for being merciless." Chapter 731. Yang was really angry. He did not come out to cause trouble. It was the Xing clan who forced him to do so. Furthermore, the 7th princess of Xianyuan and the other flower protectors kept stopping him. This made him extremely angry. When the people around heard Yang Wu's arrogant words, they all became restless. What big words! Do you really think that you can be arrogant just because you have some martial arts skills? If you dare to leave, this young master will break your dog legs. Another young man came out and said. This young man was dressed in golden clothes and had a golden headband on his head. He carried a golden rod on his back, and his entire body emitted a golden light. Ordinary people who looked at him would be unable to open their eyes. The 7th princess is a golden branch and jade leaf. To be able to do something for her, we are extremely happy. You brat, you have received the 7th princess invitation, and yet you are still not satisfied. You should be taught a lesson. Another person stood out and said. This person's clothes were very ordinary, and his appearance was also very ordinary. However, his eyes were different from the others. He carried a pair of sickles on his back and was an expert in cold weapons. When these 2 people stood out, the people who were paying attention all exclaimed, "It's not enough to offend His Highness Prince Jun Fei. He even dragged others into this. This brat is too arrogant." Gold Marquis also can't stand Yang Wu's behavior. He's in trouble this time. That must be Master Wei Luo. I didn't expect him to stand out. Rumor has it that he stepped into the dragon transformation realm 2 years ago. In the future, he will definitely have a place on the heavenly dragon list. No wonder the Yang clan is getting worse with each generation. They have already declined to this point, but this brat is still so arrogant. He deserves to decline. The geniuses present despised Yang Wu from the bottom of their hearts. They felt that Yang Wu didn't know how to behave. Seeing so many people denouncing Yang Wu, Yang Tixiao couldn't help but have a look of schadenfreude on his face. He cursed in his heart. What an idiot! Yang Xiaoxue said to Yang Wu, Yang Wu, why don't you stay and sit for a while? She was afraid that Yang Wu would offend these people and cause trouble for the Yang family. Yang Wu was never one to bully the weak and fear the strong. In the face of these people's oppression, he would not lower his head. He looked at them and said, You guys really want to step on me and perform well in front of the princess, right? I'll give you a chance. Come at me together. Yang Ba said from the side, My lord, let me do it. I'm not afraid either. Bai Luoyan added, Lei Zhongjuan and white-haired Demonis would not sit by and do nothing. However, if they dare to make a move, the other party's protectors would definitely make a move as well. They would still be at a disadvantage. Yang Wu shook his head and said, I'll settle this myself. This prince alone is enough to take you down. Huang Junfei said and took a step forward. A surge of power drilled into the ground. It was as if there was an earth dragon surging out from the ground and rushing towards Yang Wu's position. Huang Junfei was worthy of being in the dragon transformation realm. His control over the heaven and earth profound chi was not something a heavenly fish realm martial artist could compare to. Yang Wu sensed the power from the ground and also took a step forward. The black tortoise spirit appeared behind him and roared. All of his battle strength erupted as his profound chi fell to the ground and collided with Huang Junfei's power. Pung! All of a sudden, the ground exploded and countless dust splattered everywhere. Yang Wu was forced back several steps. Huang Junfei took advantage of the situation and stomped a few more times. Several earth dragons surrounded Yang Wu from different directions. Huang Junfei sneered, Let's see how many times you can block. Zongjun, take Yang Ba and Luo Yun and leave. I'm going to start a massacre, Yang Wu said to Lei Zongjuan. His war blood talent was fully released, and the power of Wind God's legs was fully activated. His feet stomped heavily on the ground, and the water profound chi underground was attracted, forming a defensive force that blocked the impact of the earth dragons. A series of shocking explosions rang out continuously. The destructive power was truly too shocking. Yang Wu blocked it all by himself. Everyone was extremely surprised. They suspected that Yang Wu was hiding his strength. Otherwise, how could a high-level heavenly fish realm martial artist fight against a dragon transformation realm martial artist? Yang Wu did not care about what they thought. His eyes locked on a Huang Junfei as he used the swimming dragon steps to kill his opponent. Your battle strength is not bad. No wonder you're so arrogant. But this is only 60% of my battle strength. Now, I'll let you have a taste of 70% of my strength. Seeing Yang Wu take the initiative to attack, Huang Junfei felt a little embarrassed. Just now, his consecutive attacks were unable to do anything to Yang Wu. This time, he had to teach Yang Wu a lesson. A yellow dragon flew out from behind him. His hands formed a seal, and waves of earth profound chi gathered on his body. Both of his palms struck out at the same time. A thick yellow dragon roared and charged towards Huang Junfei. Soaring dragon palm. The surrounding dust condensed into a dragon and charged towards Yang Wu. Yang Wu was determined to make an example of Huang Junfei. Facing this palm, he did not dodge. The black tortoise tyrant fist punched out. It was as if a huge black tortoise broke out of the sea and pounced towards the yellow dragon. Yang Wu used all his strength. The profound chi in his dantian was drawn out. The water profound chi within 10 miles was mobilized. The fist intent and the power of the barbarian god's arm merged together. His battle strength increased to a terrifying value of 40 times. The black tortoise and the yellow dragon collided. It was like a sudden clap of thunder, exploding everyone's eardrums and causing them to feel pain. At this moment, Yang Wu's ice blade wings quietly flew over. His target was Huang Junfei's throat. Huang Junfei did not expect that Yang Wu still had an invisible killing move. He was constantly increasing his strength and increasing the power of his palm. He was determined to completely kill Yang Wu in one move. Seventh Princess, just watch. In my eyes, this brat is just a clown. Huang Junfei thought proudly in his heart. Just when he was overjoyed, his heart became alert and his hair stood on end. Before he could figure out where the danger came from, his neck suddenly turned cold and he completely lost consciousness. The yellow dragon collapsed, and the black tortoise showed off his might. When all the power dissipated, Huang Junfei's head was already separated from his body. Yang Wu stood in the rolling field of qi and coldly looked at the corpse without the slightest bit of pity. He turned to Gold Marquis and Wei Luo on his left and right and said faintly, "Who else?" The onlookers looked at the dead Huang Junfei and shuddered. They really did not expect Yang Wu to have the ability to kill Huang Junfei. Huang Junfei's guardian elder cried out involuntarily, "Your Highness!" This person wanted nothing more than to fly out and slap Yang Wu to death, but someone had secretly transmitted a message to him, telling him not to do anything and to let the young man deal with it himself. He could only fly over and silently put away his prince's corpse before disappearing from this place. Sigh, why did it become like this? Seventh Princess Xianyuan could not help but cry out. Her voice was full of sorrow. It could affect people's hearts, arouse pity, and break people's hearts. Gold Marquis shook his golden robes and pulled out his golden staff. He pointed it at Yang Wu and said, "You're dead." Golden Robe Marquis was an outstanding genius from the Xianyuan land. He had reached the dragon transformation realm before the age of 50. He was quite famous in the Xianyuan land. He mainly cultivated an ancient staff technique, and his battle prowess was astonishing. Wei Luo also said, "You were able to kill Huang Junfei by using underhanded means. You have nowhere to hide in front of me." Wei Luo came from first-rate power. His dual size had reached perfection. His most glorious battle was when he killed 5 minor demon saints at the same time. He had an illustrious reputation in the realm of battle and was qualified to fight for a spot on the Heavenly Dragon rankings. "You guys really talk a lot of F***king nonsense." Yang Wu cursed. When the surrounding girls heard Yang Wu's words, not only did they not feel that he was lacking in manners, but some of them could not help but cry out, "Yang Wu, you're a real man. This girl has taken a liking to you. Yang Wu is really handsome. My heart is flustered just looking at him. So he's not a silver spear, but a cool and stylish man. If he can survive this girl will chase after him." In War God City, there was no lack of young ladies and princesses of royal dynasties. Their backgrounds weren't small, and their horizons were extraordinary. At the start, they didn't fancy Yang Wu because of his good looks. It was only after they witnessed Yang Wu's strength that they were subdued by his elegance. After the commotion caused by them, everyone felt that Yang Wu was different from the rest. His potential was extraordinary, and he did not only know how to show off. Gold Marquis and Wei Luo were provoked by Yang Wu's words. Originally, they disdained to work together, but now they did not care so much. They just wanted to take down this annoying brat. Total annihilation. Dual sides beheading. Gold Marquis' attack was simple and crude. His golden staff flashed, and his power was domineering as he swept in all directions. Wei Luo's attack was tricky and sharp. The pair of sickles were like the attack of a praying mantis. At the same time, they fell from the sky and slashed towards Yang Wu's head. Both of them did not hold back. They completely released the power of the dragon transformation realm and locked onto Yang Wu. It was as if 2 true dragons were looking down on him, making it difficult for him to escape. Yang Wu felt the 2 forces approaching him. His face revealed a battle-thirsty expression. He muttered, "Today, I'll fight to my heart's content." Ever since he refined the body of a little saint and condensed the war soul, he had not completely let go of himself in a fight. He deduced his power to the peak. The 1,000 holes in his dantian erupted with power. The profound qi in his meridians roared like a river, and a majestic aura soared into the sky. The power of the barbarian god arms increased, and his arms seemed to have doubled in size. When he swung his arms, a barbarian bull appeared and charged forward. "Barbarian beast fist," someone in the celestial wine pavilion exclaimed. Even 7th Princess Xianyuan, whose face was covered by a veil, looked surprised. Seventh Princess, should we make a move? The young man beside Seventh Princess, Xianyuan asked. This is the authentic barbarian beast fist. This brat must be strange, another person said. Don't panic. The barbarian beast fist does not mean anything. Seventh Princess, Xianyuan replied. After a pause, she said, let's wait and see. The Yang family can use the authentic barbarian beast fist. This person is quite interesting. Chapter 732. War God City. The sky here had always been extremely oppressive. The dark clouds in the sky were like demons, shrouding the world at all times, making it difficult for the people here to find peace. The original inhabitants living here were all born to kill demons. They were powerful and had tenacious vitality. They were the main force in suppressing the demons. Since 10,000 years ago, the demons have been suppressed by the 8 great war gods. The demons' arrogance had been beaten to the bottom. They didn't dare to launch large-scale battles easily. Only small-scale battles broke out in the World of Battles. War God City was the supply station of the World of Battles, and also the belt that protected the World of Battles. The World of Battles was jointly owned by the 8 great war clans. There were many mineral resources there, and it was the foundation for the 8 great war gods to become stronger. The 8 great war clans had invested a lot of manpower and resources to fight against the demons since ancient times. In addition to protecting the human race, they also fought for cultivation resources for themselves. The Xianyuan clan was the leader of the 8 great war clans, and War God City was under their jurisdiction. They were the landlords here. The 7th princess of a Xianyuan clan was known as the #1 beauty of the younger generation in the Xianyuan realm. There were many who were willing to work for her and die for her. Duan Kaifeng and Huang Junfei died for her. Gold Marquis and Wei Luo were still on their way to die for her. These two were both in the dragon transformation realm and had the ability to fight above their level. They joined forces to kill Yang Wu, which was giving Yang Wu a lot of face. Yang Wu didn't think so. The other party was very powerful, but it wasn't difficult to kill them. This was the kind of invincible confidence that he had developed over the past few years. He threw out the barbaric fists with all his strength. Every punch contained fist intent. Sometimes it was a bull, sometimes it was a horse, sometimes it was an eagle. He used every kind of barbaric fist to the fullest, and his fighting strength exploded to the extreme. Yang Wu had never thought that he could really use the barbaric fist to perfection. He felt that his current state was very good. His barbarian god arms were filled with endless power. Wave after wave of attacks were unleashed, and each of his punches contained earth-shattering power. They knocked away gold-robed Marquis' golden staff and knocked away Wei Luo's scythes. Yang Wu's wind god's legs exploded with the fastest speed. He targeted Gold Marquis, planning to defeat him first, then deal with the stronger Wei Luo. Barbaric Dragon Fist. After Yang Wu forced Wei Luo to retreat, he turned around and rushed toward Gold Marquis like a dragon. Gold Marquis felt as if a dragon was charging at him. Even a dragon transformation realm elite like him felt a chill run down his spine. He had never thought that a high-level heavenly fish realm ancient martial art practitioner would have such abnormal combat strength. Gold Robe Marquis was not someone who easily got stage fright. He mobilized the power in his dantian, and the surrounding profound chi surged. Bursts of golden light shone in all directions, and the golden rod was erected, smashing down towards Yang Wu. Gold Marquis' strength was very strong. The golden rod was 3,000 feet long and 10 feet thick. If it smashed down like this, even a dozen mountains would be smashed to dust. Everyone felt a chill in their hearts when they felt this power. They didn't think that Yang Wu could withstand it. Wei Luo waited for an opportunity. If Gold Marquis couldn't kill Yang Wu with this move, he would fill in from behind. He would definitely kill Yang Wu. The barbaric dragon fist and the golden rod's power collided. The barbaric dragon's power was shattered inch by inch, and the golden rod's power was continuously dispersed by the barbaric dragon's impact. It was unable to attack Yang Wu. Bang! When the two forces completely collapsed, Yang Wu and Gold Marquis flew back at the same time. Now, Wei Luo had been waiting for this opportunity for a long time. When he saw Yang Wu bouncing back, his double sides were like the Soul Reaper's blades, crisscrossing towards Yang Wu's neck. Double kill. The power of the sides caused two crisscrossing cracks to appear on the ground. A lot of sand and stones were sent flying. It was truly powerful. Just when Wei Luo's attack was about to take Yang Wu's head, an invisible ice blade wing flew out and went straight for his head. Wei Luo's senses were quite good. If it was a normal battle, he would definitely be able to sense Yang Wu's killing move. However, he was completely focused on Yang Wu. He had to kill Yang Wu no matter what. When the ice blade wing cut into his neck, it was already too late for him to dodge. A small part of his head was cut off, causing him to scream in pain. Wei Luo wasn't dead yet. He endured the pain and circulated his power. The dragon scale armor wrapped around him in layers to prevent him from being hit again. At this time, Yang Wu borrowed the power of his attack with Gold Marquis to get close to Wei Luo. When his ice blade wing injured Wei Luo, he attacked again. Barbarian Elephant Fist. When Yang Wu attacked, he always used his full strength. The power in his Dantian was no weaker than any Dragon Transformation Realm powerhouse. This was the power of the spotless little saint physique. The Barbarian Elephant Fist was boundless and contained endless power. It was like a celestial phenomenon stomping down from the sky. A huge elephant leg landed on the ground and destroyed hundreds of mountains. Bang! When the fist came into contact with Wei Luo's dragon scales, the incomparably thick dragon scales were smashed to pieces. His head was forcefully blown apart, and countless brain matter splattered everywhere. When the surrounding people saw such an explosive scene, their eyes almost popped out. Wei Luo was beaten to death by Yang Wu just like that. Gold Marquis, who was about to attack, shrank back. He was so scared that he didn't dare to attack Yang Wu. These were all geniuses. It wasn't easy to scare them away. It was clear that Yang Wu's destructive killing method was too frightening. Yang Wu turned around and glared at Gold Marquis. Those two murderous eyes were incomparably frightening. Gold Marquis felt as if a savage beast was pouncing on him. The pressure was too great. Gold Marquis tightened his grip on the golden staff and roared, "I won't lose. Kill." Gold Marquis was riding a tiger and couldn't get off. If he retreated now, it would be a great blow to his confidence. He could only use all his strength to kill Yang Wu to regain his confidence. Staff settles the universe. Innate ability, Golden Pearl Palm. Gold Marquis smashed down with the staff in one hand. 8 staff shadows flashed and came from different directions, enveloping Yang Wu. The terrifying destructive power was terrifying to the extreme. His innate potential was also displayed. A golden bead seemed to appear in the palm of his other hand. This bead rapidly flew out and rapidly grew in size. Soon it exploded. Bang! What the golden pearl palm struck out was a golden pearl. It was the innate ability of his palm. The destructive power was like a natural disaster. The explosion caused waves of chi to surge in all directions. Everything within a radius of a few miles was greatly affected. In addition, his staff light also carried a dense destructive power. Every time the staff smashed down, a long crack would be blasted open on the ground. How could Yang Wu, who was in the middle of the attack, withstand it? This time, Yang Wu didn't use the ice blade wings. He was clear that this kind of hidden killer move couldn't be used too much. It would be seen through by others. When he wanted to use it again, others would be on guard in advance. Yang Wu also wanted to see if he could battle the strength of the Dragon Transformation Realm. Yang Wu's blood boiled to the extreme. It was as if his body was covered by the black tortoise. The heavenly scale armor stacked layer by layer. The patterns on the armor were like stars. The defensive power was pushed to the extreme. Both of his hands frantically struck out. Black Tortoise Tyrant Fist. This was one of the ancestral fists passed down in the Yang family. It could bring out the strongest power of the battle blood. When he attacked with all his strength, it was as if the black tortoise had broken out of the sea, bringing along rolling waves to meet Gold Marquis attack. Previously, Yang Wu was able to kill 2 dragon transformation realm experts in a row because of the ice blade wings hidden in innate ability. Now, facing Gold Marquis head-on was not so easy. Rumble, rumble. Waves of shocking explosions rang out unceasingly. It was as if the entire world was about to be turned upside down. The golden light had the upper hand. The black tortoise was bitterly struggling. In the end, the black tortoise was suppressed by the golden light. The golden light's power didn't dissipate for a long time. Waves of dust rippled in all directions. A huge crater appeared on the ground. This was the terrifying, destructive power of a dragon transformation realm expert. Yang Wu is finished. I didn't expect Gold Marquis to have such a powerful innate ability. I've never seen him use it before. He's really hitting it well. With this chain of attacks, I'm afraid even Wei Luo isn't his match. He's the real contender for the Heavenly Dragon ranking. Yang Wu is also very powerful. He's only a high-level heavenly fish. It's a pity that the Yang family doesn't know how to protect him. He's destined to die early. It's better to keep a low profile. The tallest tree in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. This brat is too arrogant. He deserves to die. The surrounding people discussed spiritedly. None of them were optimistic about Yang Wu's survival. Master will be fine, right? Bai Luoyun whispered beside Yang Ba. Don't worry. If it were me, I would be able to take on this kind of attack. Master won't have any problems either. Yang Ba said confidently. Actually, if it were him, he would be able to take on the attack, but he would have to pay a price. In another direction, Shu Yujun revealed a worried expression and murmured, Yang Wu will definitely be fine. Gold Marquis looked down from above and laughed. Haha, Yang Wu, you've brought about your own destruction. Huang Junfei, Wei Luo, you can go on your way in peace. I've already avenged. Before he could finish, his throat seemed to be stuck by a fishbone. He couldn't continue speaking. His eyes were wide open and filled with disbelief. Yang Wu stood tall in the deep pit below. His clothes were torn apart, revealing a minor saint armor. He didn't seem to have suffered much damage. Yang Wu looked up at Gold Marquis and said faintly, I'll send you to accompany them. Suddenly, 4 wings appeared on Yang Wu's back. 2 of them were condensed from celestial qi, while the other 2 seemed to be born from his body. The 4 wings flapped, and he turned into a shooting star and shot into the sky. A sword had appeared in his hand at some point. A sword intent that contained the power to destroy stars tore through the 9 heavens and rushed towards Gold Marquis. Nameless sword. Gold Marquis came back to his senses. He realized that Yang Wu's attack was right in front of him. He could only brace himself to meet it head-on. Unfortunately, he had used up most of his strength. There was no way he could completely block this attack. No. Chapter 733. Gold Robe Marquis had fallen. Everyone's eyelids twitched as they looked at the bloody corpse. They found it hard to believe that this scene was real. Each and every one of the young dragon transformation realm experts had their own unique skills. Even if they were to encounter a veteran dragon transformation realm expert, they would still be able to put up a fight. But now, 3 of them were killed by a youth who was merely a heavenly fish realm expert. Everything felt like a dream. This was a monstrous genius who could kill those below him. In the past, the Yang family was one of the top overlords in the War Clan world. But now they had declined. Even their geniuses were looked down upon by many people. Yang Tixiao, Yang Chenlong, and the others didn't have any reputation among the younger generation. Now, Yang Wu's sudden rise had truly shocked everyone here. They were all thinking that Yang Wu must be a monstrous genius that the Yang family had nurtured with all their might. As long as Yang Wu could grow up smoothly, he might be able to support the Yang family in the future. Yang Wu didn't have much joy on his face after killing a few people. Instead, his face was solemn. The strength behind these 3 geniuses wasn't ordinary. Killing them was equivalent to provoking the power behind them. This was a big problem. Sure enough, before Yang Wu had the chance to leave, several terrifying forces that blotted out the sky and covered the sun came crashing towards him. Little bastard, you kill my young master. You will be buried with him. Today, no one can save your life. Go to hell. Several different forces descended from the sky. accompanied by angry curses. Obviously, it was the anger of gold-robed Marquis, Wei Luo, and the other elders. Although these forces hadn't reached the saint realm, they were at least the strength of a high-level minor saint. Even if Yang Wu had the ability to transcend the heavens, he couldn't block these forces. Lei Zhongjuan and white-haired Demonis had been paying attention to Yang Wu's safety. When these forces descended, the two of them acted at the same time, blocking the attacks for Yang Wu. Lei Zhongjuan raised the soul-suppressing gourd. After activating his power, the soul-suppressing gourd turned into a small mountain and stood above Yang Wu, blocking most of the force. The white-haired Demonis assisted from the side, adding the power of the soul-suppressing pot. Both of them were peak minor saints. When they activated their saint weapons at the same time, the power they could unleash was strong enough to block most of the attacks. Bang bang! The soul-suppressing gourd was attacked by these forces, and its body kept shaking as if it would fall at any moment. After all, the soul-suppressing gourd wasn't a defensive saint weapon. If there weren't two peak minor saints controlling it at the same time, even a saint weapon would be blown away by the few forces. The people attacking Yang Wu would not stop there. They increased their strength and attacked him crazily. Some people also attacked Yang Wu from different directions. The appearance of these people was a little too sudden. No one was sure if they were the guardian elders who had just died. There were too many people attacking, and some people suspected that these people were the Xing clan's backup. Many forces blotted out the sky and covered the earth, targeting Yang Wu from different directions. When the people in the surroundings saw this scene, they all felt that Yang Wu was going to die without a doubt. Yang Wu felt a sense of crisis. He urged the puppets to take action, blocking a portion of the power. However, there was still a large amount of power rushing over from all directions. He shouted loudly, "Tyrant brother, Luo Yun, come my side. Let's work together to defend." Yang Wu activated his battle blood to the maximum. A black tortoise appeared on his body. The shell on the back of the black tortoise expanded infinitely. It merged with the spirit of the black tortoise, forming an even stronger defensive barrier that enveloped by Luo Yun, reducing the damage to him as much as possible. Yang Wu had already realized that these people were here to kill him. He really wanted to activate the Demon Taming Order. However, the power of the Demon Taming Order had fallen into a dormant state after he activated it with all his strength last time. If he wanted to activate it again, he was afraid that he would need to improve his strength. "Protect the Lord!" Lei Zhongjuan shouted anxiously. He waved the soul-suppressing gourd and blocked the powerful attacks. White-haired Demonis also couldn't care less. She repeatedly struck out with her palms. Powerful, profound qi formed a force that could topple mountains and overturn seas, blocking the attacks from all directions. Their futures were closely related to Yang Wu. They definitely didn't want anything to happen to Yang Wu. Shu Yujun, who was not far away, shouted at Wang Yuyang, "Elder Yuyang, save Yang Wu. Otherwise, I'll kill myself in front of you." Wang Yuyang sighed. Just as he was about to make a move, he looked forward. His eyes narrowed as he muttered, "There's no need for me to make a move." Suddenly, a green light flashed past like a pair of wings. This green light was like a peerless blade that cut through the sky. It appeared quickly and disappeared quickly. Screams rang out. The attacks on Yang Wu were quickly erased. They didn't cause any harm to Yang Wu. "A saint has made a move." Someone cried out in alarm. Everyone around revealed looks of surprise. They originally thought that Yang Wu was dead for sure. They didn't expect that he still had a backup plan. They exclaimed in their hearts, "This child is indeed the target of the Yang clan's protection. Whoever dares to touch our young master will be killed without mercy." A sacred voice boomed out. Everyone present heard it clearly. Yang Tixiao and the others originally thought that Yang Wu was dead for sure. Who knew that a saint would save Yang Wu? At first, they thought that it was Yang Liushi. However, this was clearly a woman's voice. It wasn't Yang Liushi. Could it be that the clan has arranged for another saint to protect Yang Wu? Yang Tixiao and the others thought to themselves. Their hearts were filled with intense jealousy. The few of them who could enter the God of War pagoda were all disciples of saints. At most, they were arranged for small saints to protect them. How could they be qualified to have a saint protect them? What did Yang Wu do to deserve the protection of a saint? The difference in treatment was too obvious. Yang Wu knew that Qing Feng would definitely protect him. However, he wasn't confident in the situation just now. After all, he didn't know if Qing Feng had followed him to God of War City. Fortunately, she had come. Otherwise, the consequences would have been unimaginable. Qing Feng didn't appear by Yang Wu's side. However, this made Yang Wu the center of attention once again. This child couldn't be easily provoked. With the protection of a saint, unless one could invite multiple saints or a powerful saint to make a move, they wouldn't be able to kill him. Under normal circumstances, saints wouldn't interfere in the fights between the younger generation. Just now, Yang Wu had killed a few people consecutively. It was also a fight between the younger generation. Their protectors had attacked without any hesitation. In addition, there was also a group of unknown people who had attacked. It was obvious that this was a premeditated murder. It was reasonable for a saint to make a move. Yang Wu restrained his aura. Seeing that his companions were unharmed, he was completely relieved. He said to them, "Let's go to the restaurant to calm down." Yang Wu actually didn't leave. Instead, he led his people to the Divine Wine Pavilion. No one knew what Yang Wu was thinking. Just now, he looked like he had to leave no matter what. Now that he had just experienced a massacre, he didn't want to leave. Wasn't he afraid that others would come back for revenge? The Divine Wine Pavilion had been reserved by the seventh princess. It wasn't easy for Yang Wu and the others to enter. Someone blocked Yang Wu and the others and said, "This place has been reserved by the seventh princess. You can't enter without an invitation." "Are you blind? Didn't you see that the princess personally invited me?" Yang Wu roared at the person who blocked him. That person was shocked by Yang Wu's aura. This guy had killed a few Dragon Transformation Realm Small Saints. How could a mere gatekeeper like him offend such a character? What Yang Wu said was the truth. The seventh princess had indeed personally invited him. Yang Wu didn't care about the people who were stunned at the side. He led the few people beside him into the restaurant. Every table in the restaurant was already served with wine and dishes. Yang Wu chose an empty table and asked the people beside him to sit down and eat. All the Sky Prides present were stunned. They didn't come to the Divine Wine Pavilion to eat and drink. They came to witness the elegance of the seventh princess and to discuss the Tao with the other Sky Prides. They also came to make friends while they were at it. They only ate a little of the wine and dishes here as a token. They wouldn't act like they were hungry in front of beauty. Yang Wu was the complete opposite. After the battle, just now, he was indeed hungry. He had killed a few people because of the seventh princess. He might as well not care about how others looked at him. He just wanted to have a good meal and earn back some of his capital. Many Sky Prides couldn't bear to see Yang Wu like this. However, they couldn't attack him again. The saint had killed more than a dozen small saints just now. It was still very intimidating. Everyone looked at the seventh princess, waiting for her to make the decision. Seventh Princess Xianyuan walked towards Yang Wu. She looked at Yang Wu with her big, watery eyes, as if she wanted to see through him from head to toe. Yang Wu acted as if he didn't see the seventh princess walking towards him. He said to the people beside him, "Eat more. The wine and dishes here are very good. Moreover, we don't have to pay. Eat as much as you want." The seventh princess couldn't help but cover her small mouth and laugh. Her beautiful eyes were like crescent moons, beautiful and moving. Yang Wu looked up at the seventh princess and said, "What's so funny? If you want to eat, then sit down and eat. If you don't want to eat, then don't stare at others. It's very impolite, you know?" One of the Sky Prides couldn't help but roar. "Who do you think you are? How dare you talk to the seventh princess like that? Don't think that you can be arrogant just because you have the protection of a saint. There are more than one or two saints in War God City," said another Sky Pride. Yang Wu ignored the two Sky Prides and raised his head to look at the seventh princess of Xianyuan. "I say, pretty lady, there are really a lot of flies around you. Don't you feel annoyed that they are chirping in your ears?" The seventh princess said generously, "They are not flies. They are all elites. They are qualified to participate in the Heavenly Dragon Rankings competition. If you talk to them like that, they will be very angry. Yang Wu grabbed a beast leg and took a bite. He looked at the two sky prides and said faintly, I will also be angry if others disturb me when I eat. Hee, then I will eat with you? Chapter 734. Seventh Princess Xianyuan ate as soon as she said she would. She took off the veil on her face, revealing a face that was breathtakingly beautiful. Her big eyes were like crescent moons that seemed to contain traces of blue waves, infinitely moving. Her nose and jade lips matched perfectly, emitting strands of luster. When she opened and closed them, she was alluring. Her two collarbones below her swan-like neck were sparkling and translucent. Her bangs hung down, neither long nor short, just right. Yang Wu, who was wolfing down his food, looked at this beautiful face, and his movement stopped. Yang Ba and Bai Luoyun, who were beside him, were also disturbed. This was a peerless beauty. No wonder so many people were willing to die for her. Yang Wu's calmness was not bad. He was only stunned for a moment before coming back to his senses. He continued to eat and drink in big mouthfuls. As a noble, he should not be so crude, but after experiencing the mountain prison and the army camp, he did not care. Seventh Princess Xianyuan was the exact opposite of him. She gently sipped the wine in her cup, her jade hand holding the chopsticks to pick up the vegetables and elegantly put them into her mouth. Every movement was relaxed and natural. It was extremely beautiful. All the sky prides in the restaurant looked at Yang Wu's table, their eyes blazing with anger. However, before the fire was extinguished, someone added fuel to the fire. A beautiful figure hurriedly walked towards Yang Wu and then sat down beside him. She poured him a cup of wine and said, Marshal, I'm hungry too. Yang Wu glanced at Shu Yujun and said with a smile, Then let's eat together. Shu Yujun was not able to help Yang Wu. She was unhappy in her heart. She was afraid that Yang Wu would misunderstand that she was greedy for life and afraid of death. After hearing Yang Wu's words, she felt a little more at ease. Yang Wu knew that Shu Yujun was not free. Moreover, it was a good thing for him that she was protected. He did not need to be distracted to take care of her safety. Yang Wu and Shu Yujun went through thick and thin together, so he knew what kind of woman she was. He would not misunderstand her because of this incident. Shu Yujun was beautiful to begin with. Although she was not as beautiful as the seventh princess of Xianyuan, she had her own advantages. She was tall and voluptuous, dressed generously, and had a straightforward temperament, which made her very approachable. Beside Yang Wu were two beauties. The eyes of many geniuses gleamed with killing intent. However, no one dared to go over and spoil the mood of the seventh princess. Yang Wu and the others only cared about eating and didn't say anything to seventh princess Xianyuan. The people around them didn't know what to say either. They just looked in their direction from time to time. The atmosphere was very strange. After Yang Wu finished eating, he raised his wine cup and said to seventh princess Xianyuan, Thank you for your hospitality. Here's a toast to you. Without waiting for seventh princess Xianyuan's consent, he raised his head and finished the wine. Seventh Princess Xianyuan was stunned for a moment. Then, she drank the wine in her cup. Her face flushed red as she said, Are you still blaming me? It would be a lie to say that I don't blame you. However, I know that you didn't do it on purpose, right? Yang Wu replied, Yes, I really didn't do it on purpose. I apologize to you, seventh Princess Xianyuan said politely. All right, I accept your apology. See you later, Yang Wu replied swiftly. He left the restaurant with the people around him without any reluctance. Yang Wu couldn't deny that seventh Princess Xianyuan was really beautiful. He was also stunned when he saw her. However, it didn't mean that he would shamelessly pursue her like other men. There was already an unshakable figure in his heart. He didn't know how she was now. He had to become stronger as soon as possible so that he could find her. He muttered in his heart, I can't let her wait for too long. Yang Wu and the others returned to the Yang family courtyard. Yang Xiaoxue quickly followed. Yang Wu, you are really amazing. Yang Xiaoxue couldn't help but praise Yang Wu. Yang Wu smiled faintly. It's all thanks to you. If you have any problems in the future, remember to look for me. I will definitely help if I can. Yang Xiaoxue's cultivation level was one level higher than Yang Wu's. She had reached the peak of the heavenly fish realm. Although she looked around 18 years old, she was actually over 30 years old. She was about the same age as Shu Yujun. However, she looked relatively younger. If it was before, Yang Xiaoxue might not have thought much of it. However, after experiencing today's events, she was full of admiration for him. She happily replied, "All right, with the young clan leader protecting me, no one will dare to bully me." They successfully returned to the Yang family courtyard without any accidents. Before the God of War Pagoda opened, Yang Wu's name had already spread throughout God of War City. I didn't expect the Yang family to have nurtured such a powerful youth. It's a pity that he was exposed too early. I'm afraid some people will kill him at all costs. The tallest tree in the forest will be destroyed by the wind. This Yang Wu is too ostentatious. If he kept a low profile, perhaps no one would know of his potential. Now, even with the protection of a sage, he will have to live in fear. I heard that this Yang Wu obtained the title of the number 1 heavenly king in a fragmented space in the Xiangjiang domain half a year ago. I didn't expect him to be able to kill a dragon transformation realm expert in such a short time. Could it be that they are not the same person? Quickly investigate this kid's identity. If he doesn't die, the Yang family will have another incredible sage in the next 100 years. In a remote area in the city, a dragon transformation realm small saint revealed an extremely panicked expression. He looked at the delicate beauty in front of him and kept begging for mercy. This has nothing to do with me. Please let me go. If it has nothing to do with you, who does it have to do with? The woman in green asked coldly. I can't say. I will die. Then you can go die now. I'll say it. It was the Lin Bang who asked me to kill young Master Yang Wu. I was only paid to the Lin Bang should be killed. In the Xing family's territory, Xing Baiyan and Xing Bijian gathered in the main hall and talked about what happened today. Saintess, this Yang Wu must be eliminated. His growth is too fast, Xing Baiyan said to the beautiful young woman sitting on the main seat. This young woman was wearing brightly colored clothes. Her beautiful eyes were filled with charm. Her figure was exquisite and graceful. Her every movement was filled with flirtatious charm. Her baby-like skin was exposed to the air. Even in the dark night, it was dazzling and moving. Xing Baiyan and Xing Bijian didn't dare to look at her directly. They were afraid that this saintess would stir up the fire in their bodies. That's between you children. Saintess only cares about the whereabouts of that bitch. This beautiful young woman was the previous saintess of the Xing family. Xing Sherman, saintess, don't worry. We will find her as soon as possible, Xing Baiyan replied. At that moment, Xing Bijian said, Saintess, I've already sent 2 groups of people to find her. One group is hiding in the Yang family city, while the other is in War God City. Also, I suspect that she might be by Yang Wu's side. It's just that she has changed her appearance, so it's hard to determine her identity. Bijian, you have done well. However, that bitch won't be able to cause too much trouble. However, if anyone dares to defy my orders, then they deserve to die. Xing Sherman's expression hardened. She paused for a moment before continuing. The Yang families which is still alive, and Yang Taiha has been rescued. Now, there's another Yang Wu. The Yang family is really a cockroach that won't die. During this trip to the God of War Pagoda, I want you to trample all of them. Yes, Saintess. The 2 of them replied in unison. 3 days passed in the blink of an eye. The God of War Pagoda was about to open. The God of War Pagoda wasn't in War God City, but outside the city. There was a mountain range there that isolated the pagoda. Apart from the recommended candidates, everyone else had to rely on their own strength to pass through the mountain range before they could enter the God of War Pagoda. The God of War Pagoda was open to young prodigies below the sage realm. Those who were too old were not allowed to enter. After all, the God of War Pagoda was jointly built by the 8 great battle tribes. Only the first 3 levels were open to the public. The top 9 levels could only be entered by those with a battle tribe bloodline. No one dared to break the rules of the God of War Pagoda. It was rumored that there was a Jade Moon Realm expert secretly guarding it. That was also the place where the evil demons were suppressed. Yang Liushi gathered the young prodigies of the Yang family and prepared to head to the god of War Pagoda. Before heading there, he said coldly, "Our Yang family has always been united against outsiders. We have never cowered in the face of trouble. However, I heard that when our Yang family disciples were besieged, no one went to help. You children are too selfish. How can you achieve great things in the future?" After pausing for a moment, he looked at Yang Tixiao and said, "Tixiao, as the leader this time, do you know your crime?" Yang Tixiao stood up with a red face and replied, "Saintess, I don't think I did anything wrong." Then he said loudly, "At that time, the difference in strength was too great. I couldn't let my other brothers and sisters die with him. Furthermore, he was the one who provoked others. He is the one at fault." Yang Tixiao was already in his 40s or 50s. He was a genuine Dragon Transformation Realm Small Saint. He was still considered a member of the younger generation. Being criticized by Yang Liushi in front of everyone made him very unhappy. "You really disappoint me. Our Yang family disciples must be united. Only then can others respect us. After being slapped in the face by our enemies, we still cower. Others think we are easy to bully. As the leader, you didn't help your fellow disciples and even hit them when they were down. You have embarrassed our Yang family. This saintess announces that you will be replaced as the leader by Chun Long," Yang Liushi said solemnly. After pausing for a moment, he continued, "This time, only 5 people from our Yang family can enter the god of War Pagoda to cultivate unconditionally. The others can only cultivate there based on their strength. In order to let more people enter the god of War Pagoda to cultivate, I have decided to let all of you unite and pass the test to enter the god of War Pagoda together. No one will have any special privileges, including the 5 selected people. I refuse to accept this. The time I can cultivate in the god of War Pagoda is limited. I don't want to waste it," Yang Tixiao retorted. "Your objection is overruled. This is the final decision of the clan. You can choose not to participate, but your quota will be revoked," Yang Liushi said coldly. Yang Tixiao's face was as ugly as a pig's liver. He secretly glanced at Yang Wu and placed all his dissatisfaction on him. "I won't let you off." Chapter 735. The god of War Pagoda stood tall on the god of War Mountain. The name God of War was named after the Yellow Emperor, Xinyuan. He had once defeated all the gods and demons in this land and became the god of war. Hence, the tallest mountain in the mountain range was called the god of War Mountain. The god of War Pagoda was built on the top of the mountain. From afar, it was tall and proud. It was the center of attention. There were many ancient mountains around the mountain. Some evil demons lived in the mountains. The reason why the war tribe didn't wipe them out was to keep them for future generations to train. There were also many ferocious beasts living here. They were a barrier that isolated the god of War Pagoda. Besides sages, anyone who tried to enter the god of War Pagoda would be attacked by them. This was a test. The 5 heavens, chosen children of the Yang family, had their positions revoked by the sage elder. Besides Yang Wu, who didn't have any objections, the other 4 were unhappy, especially Yang Tixiao. Not only did he lose his position as leader, but he also had to pass the test with his clansmen. He was very annoyed and hated Yang Wu. "Don't think about things that can't be changed. Try your best to pass the test here," Yang Qianlong warned the people behind him after taking over the position of leader. "I heard that there are peak-level minor demon sages and many terrifying, ferocious beasts in that place. At least half of those who try to barge in will die there," someone said timidly. "If you don't have the courage to pass, then retreat," Yang Qianlong said. Then he shouted, "Everyone listen to my orders. Prepare to set off." Yang Qianlong and Yang Tixiao's battle prowess were about the same. However, Yang Tixiao was a few years older than him and was the descendant of the old patriarch. That was why the position of leader fell to him. Now that he was the leader, he was in high spirits. The Yang family prodigies flew toward the god of War Pagoda. Apart from them, there were many other prodigies from other factions. Even some prodigies from major factions had come. The god of War Pagoda was famous in the transcendental world. It only opened once in a long time. It was a rare opportunity. Many prodigies didn't want to miss it. Some of these prodigies had also participated in the battle in the fragmented space. After Yang Wu's name spread, many people guessed that he was the same person as Yang Wu who had won the battle in the fragmented space. These people did not deliberately seek confirmation. Their priority was to rush to the god of War Pagoda. Just as these people were flying towards the god of War Pagoda, a large number of black bats suddenly appeared in the sky. They were extremely huge, and there were so many of them that they covered the sky and earth. They were so densely packed that it made one's scalp tingle. Is this the god of War Pagoda's test? This is too terrifying. Quickly descend. It is unwise to fight these black bats in the sky. What's there to be afraid of? There are a lot of them, but their battle prowess isn't strong. I must head to the god of War Pagoda to cultivate. No one can stop me. Die. Most of them descended from the sky, and some of them started fighting the black bats. The combat strength of these black bats was indeed not much, but they had a unique talent. Their eyes could produce the power of confusion. Once targeted by them, one soul would be disturbed, and they would lose their ability to fight and be devoured by the bats. Some people were careless and were caught off guard by the confusion power of the black bats. Their expressions turned sluggish. The next moment, they were bitten and devoured by countless black bats. As they screamed, all that was left was a pile of white bones. These black bats were too ferocious. The Yang family encountered the same situation. As the leader, Yang Qianlong ordered them to descend. They planned to head to the god of War Pagoda by land. At this moment, Yang Wu suggested, "Actually, regardless of whether we fly or walk on land, we will be attacked. Why don't we tear through the defense line in the sky and rush to the god of War Pagoda as quickly as possible? This might be simpler and more effective." If it was so easy to reach the god of War Pagoda, who knows how many people would be able to charge over? I think it is safer to go on land. Yang Tixiao immediately objected. I also think it is safer to go on land. There are too many black bats. Yang Jing agreed. Yang Qianlong also preferred to go on land. Hence, the Yang family's group all descended. Unexpectedly, as soon as they landed, a large number of ferocious beasts surrounded them. These ferocious beasts seemed to have not eaten meat in a long time. Their eyes were bloodshot as they looked at the Yang family's group. These ferocious beasts were indeed much fewer in number than the black bats. However, they were extremely ferocious. Not only were there monarch realm cultivators, but there were also heaven realm cultivators. There were even small sages. After the Yang family's prodigies encountered these attacks, their formation was completely disrupted. Yang Qianlong had a calm personality. He shouted, "Tixiao and I will be in charge of opening up a path. Jiying and Little Snow will guard the sides. Yang Wu, you will bring up the rear. The rest of you will cooperate with us to kill our way through. Don't get caught up in the battle." The Yang family's people formed a circle and quickly killed a bloody path. These ferocious beasts were still a little weak. After the Yang family killed more than 10 of them, they successfully broke through the encirclement. However, before the Yang family could rejoice, a large number of ferocious beasts charged out from different directions. They seriously suspected that this mountain range was a paradise for ferocious beasts. How could there be so many of them? No wonder so many people who wanted to head to the god of War Pagoda to cultivate were isolated in this mountain range. This mountain range was extremely dangerous. Follow me and kill our way through. We must head to the god of War Pagoda to cultivate. Yang Qianlong shouted. The Yang family's prodigies were all quite strong. Each of them unleashed their strongest battle prowess and worked together to kill their way to the god of War Pagoda. Yang Wu, Yang Ba, Shu Yujun, and Bai Luoyan were at the back. Although the attacks they suffered weren't as fierce as those at the front, they definitely didn't have it easy either. After they broke through the encirclement, a large number of ferocious beasts chased after them relentlessly. The people at the back didn't have it easy either. Yang Wu, Yang Ba, and Shu Yujun were all very strong. As long as they didn't encounter any small saint-level ferocious beasts, they would be able to deal with them easily. Bai Luoyin also didn't want to be a burden. He took this opportunity to hone his battle techniques so that he could adapt to the land. The more he killed, the more excited he became. He felt that this kind of experience was very satisfying. This was the motivation for him to pursue stronger battle prowess. Throughout the entire process, Yang Wu appeared to be very relaxed. His perception was very strong. He could predict the attacks of the ferocious beasts within a radius of a few miles in advance. Often, he would be able to kill the ferocious beasts by taking a step before they attacked. However, there were too many ferocious beasts here, and they all had different offensive talents. No matter how strong he was, it was difficult for him to protect everyone. 2 Yang family disciples were torn apart alive by the ferocious beasts. Damn it! If this goes on, it will be very difficult for us to reach the god of War Pagoda. A Yang family girl cried out. We are the battle tribe. If we can't even withstand this little bit of training, how can we talk about reviving our Yang family in the future? Buck up and kill all these ferocious beasts. Yang Qianlong was ultimately more courageous than Yang Tixiao. He raised the battle saber in his hand and cut a ferocious beast in half. His body was stained with blood, and his battle aura was activated. His roar was very powerful. The others were also affected. They all tried their best to kill the ferocious beasts that were surging toward them. After a round of killing, they finally had a moment of peace. They temporarily recuperated in front of a pile of rubble. Most of them were riddled with injuries and had exhausted their celestial qi. They all looked very wretched. Yang Wu was still fine. He had silently killed many ferocious beasts, but not many were able to get close to him. Lord, I feel a familiar aura. Yang Ba sent a voice transmission to Yang Wu. Oh! Yang Wu revealed a look of surprise. There might be a demon nearby. Yang Ba said, You can sense it. Yes, I'm very familiar with their aura, even if they hide it very well. Then what are you waiting for? Drag it out. He attacked as soon as he said he would. Yang Ba swung the giant axe in his hand in a direction. Bang! The strength of the giant axe was extraordinary. It instantly smashed a huge rock into smithereens. Suddenly, a black shadow darted out from that place. Streaks of black evil energy turned into a net and enveloped the Yang family group. This was not an ordinary demon. It was a minor demon sage belonging to the ghost spider tribe. The ghost spider tribe's concealment talent was extremely powerful. Their spider webs were unparalleled in the world. Once touched, no one could easily escape. Yang Ba exclaimed, Kill the demon. Yang Ba grew up in the City of Redemption and was very sensitive to the aura of demons. Even Yang Wu was surprised that he could detect the existence of the ghost spider at the first moment. The Yang family people were shocked. They all looked as if they were facing a great enemy. Looking at the spider web that enveloped them, they released their celestial qi in an attempt to destroy it. Who knew that the spider web was so tough? They broke some of it, but most of it still wrapped around them. Scram! Yang Qianlong shouted. His battle saber turned into a dragon and slashed out a 2,000 to 3,000 feet long saber light, forcibly tearing the spider web apart. Just when everyone was rejoicing, they heard Yang Wu exclaim, Watch your feet. Yang Wu's warning was a little too late. Many more spider webs appeared out of nowhere and quickly wrapped around the Yang family people from the ground. When these spider webs touched them, the more they struggled, the stronger the entanglement of the spider webs became, binding their bodies and making it difficult for them to move. Find a way to break free from these spider webs, or we will all die. These spider webs are so tough that only a minor sacred weapon can tear them apart. What should we do? Tixiao quickly think of a way. I don't want to die. The Yang family people were in a panic. Yang Tixiao was lucky enough to escape. He did not care about the lives of others and quickly escaped from here. Hee, I haven't eaten fresh human flesh for a long time. Chapter 736. There wasn't just one evil spider, there were 7 of them. The little devil, Saint Realm evil spider was only there to distract the Yang family, making everyone think that it was the only one there. However, there were 6 Heaven Realm evil spiders that had quietly appeared. They were well hidden, and no one noticed their existence. Yang Chenlong and the evil spider of the little devil saint evil spider were fighting, and Yang Tixiao took the opportunity to escape. Everyone was in despair. There was no lack of heavenly fish realm experts in their group, and they could unleash a powerful force. But after being bound by the evil spider webs, their combat power was useless. No matter how hard they tried, they could not break the webs. The 6 evil spiders sneered and began to reel in their webs. They wanted to eat all the delicate humans in front of them. Yang Jing and Yang Xiaoxue had extraordinary combat power. They broke free from the evil spiders at the first moment and rushed towards the evil spiders. It was difficult for the two of them to deal with several evil spiders at the same time. They spat out spider webs and venom to attack. "Don't eat me! Don't eat me! I don't want to die!" A Yang family disciple was scared out of his wits. He was dragged towards one of the evil spiders. Once he got close to the evil spider, he would definitely become its food. "Scream! Scream as much as you want! No one can save you." The evil spider sneered. Just as the disciple was about to become the evil spider's food, a dark blue flame appeared out of nowhere and burned the web on the disciple. The disciple struggled and roared angrily, "Damn evil spider! You almost scared me to death. I'm going to kill you." As soon as the disciple got free, he stabbed the evil spider with his battle spear. Whoosh! 1,000-foot-long spear light pierced through the sky, and a green light shone on this part of the world. At the same time, the evil spiders of the Yang family who were bound by the evil spiders all fell off. The blue flame that appeared out of nowhere had saved them. They were not fools, and they realized that someone had saved them. Soon, they found a young man who was continuously shooting out fire fingers at the hidden evil spiders. The flame burned the evil spiders along the spider webs. Extreme Yang firepower was the nemesis of the evil demon tribe. The evil spiders were so scared that they quickly cut off their threads to avoid being stained by the blue firepower. "Damn it! Someone is using fire. We must kill him first," one of the spiders shouted furiously. Next, it sprayed a mouthful of venom towards Yang Wu. This was a top-tier heaven realm evil spider, and the venom it spat out was extremely shocking. It covered a large area, and it was not easy to dodge. Whoosh! When the venom landed on Yang Wu's location, the rocks there were quickly corroded into dregs. If a person came into contact with the venom, they would probably be completely corroded. Yang Wu was not stained by the venom. Unknowingly, he appeared beside the evil spider and lifted his foot to stomp on its body. Before the evil spider could react, its body was brutally crushed by Yang Wu. Bang! The evil spider's body exploded, and countless drops of venom splashed towards Yang Wu. Just when everyone thought that the venom would corrode Yang Wu and kill him, a ball of flame protected him tightly. The venom was all burned away, and not a single drop could touch him. Don't just stand there. Kill these evil spiders quickly. Attack their demon cores. Try to kill them in one blow. Don't get entangled with them. Yang Wu reminded them. The rescued people unleashed all their strength and vented all their anger on the evil spiders. "Evil demons, who do you think you are? Today, I'll kill all of you. You made me think that I was dead for sure. Go to hell, you evil creatures." These sky prides of the Yang family were all capable. Otherwise, they would not have been sent here. When they attacked with all their might, the evil spiders were quickly slaughtered by them. The minor devil saint evil spider was not so easy to kill. It risked being injured by Yang Chenlong and still spat a mouthful of venom on Yang Chenlong. Yang Chenlong was wearing a minor saint armor, but it was still corroded. He was so scared that he shattered the armor to avoid being corroded by the venom. However, even though he managed to dodge the first attack, he couldn't dodge the next one. The evil spider spat out several strands of spider silk that wrapped around his legs, causing him to lose his balance and hang upside down in the air. He couldn't fight anymore and had to think of a way to save himself from being swallowed by the evil spider. After the evil spider succeeded, it quickly spat out a large amount of threads, binding Yang Chenlong layer by layer. No matter how hard Yang Chenlong struggled, it was useless. "It's over." Yang Chenlong's heart sank. Just as the evil spider was about to devour Yang Chenlong, a finger light shot out like a volcanic eruption towards the evil spider. The evil spider reacted quickly. It quickly shrunk its body and cut off the threads binding Yang Chenlong to avoid being touched by the flames. It could feel that the flames were a great threat to it, almost comparable to the Saint Fire. Yang Wu rushed towards the evil spider with the swimming dragon steps. A fist like a fire dragon rushed towards the evil spider. The evil spider was a minor devil saint. Its combat power was not weak. Unfortunately, it did not dare to take the blow head-on. It quickly sank into the ground, planning to hide and wait for an opportunity to strike. Yang Wu naturally would not let it escape. He quietly flew out with the ice blade wings and cut off the evil spider's head. The evil spider did not know how it was killed until it died. Yang Wu quickly flew over and opened the evil spider's body. He took its demon core and the threads in its stomach. These were its most valuable parts. After Yang Chenlong escaped, he looked at Yang Wu and cupped his hands. "Thank you for saving me." The other members of the Yang family gathered around to express their gratitude to Yang Wu. If it were not for Yang Wu, they would all be dead. We're all family. There's no need to be so polite. Yang Wu waved his hand nonchalantly. Yang Wu, from now on, I, Yang Wu, will follow you. The young man from Yang family, who was the first to be saved by Yang Wu, bowed and said, he was a prodigy of the Azure lineage. He was at the high-level heavenly fish tier and had decent combat power. He was originally Yang Tixiao's follower. Who knew that Yang Tixiao would run away without any loyalty? He might as well follow another master. There's no point in saying this now. Let's pass the test as soon as possible. Yang Wu smiled faintly. He paused for a moment and emphasized, we only have 3 days left. That's right. Everyone, rest here and maintain your peak condition. We'll reach the God of War pagoda in one go. Yang Chenlong agreed. Yang Chenlong's leadership skills were impressive. If not for Yang Wu stealing some of his limelight, he would undoubtedly be the #1 prodigy of the Yang family. Everyone adjusted their breathing on the spot and consumed pills to quickly recover their strength. At that moment, Shu Yujun came to Yang Wu's side and said, I don't think we can go on like this. Yang Wu looked at Shu Yujun and said gently, actually, this is a test. If we treat this place as a training ground, I think it won't be any worse than cultivating in the God of War pagoda. You're the only one who's more open-minded. Shu Yujun looked at Yang Wu and chided him. Yang Wu smiled. Maybe it's because I've seen the holy battle a few times. I don't have much fear in my heart. As long as we're careful, we'll be able to break out of here. After a pause, he added, I realize that there are quite a lot of herbs in this place. I'll collect some later. Aren't you afraid that they'll accuse you of wasting time? It won't take much time. If we're serious, we'll be able to kill our way to the God of War pagoda in a day. Do you think everyone is as perverted as you? The Yang family continued on their way. They were much more cautious than before. Furthermore, some people suggested that Yang Wu be the vanguard and open up a path for them. Yang Wu didn't mind, but Yang Ba took the initiative to step forward and assume the role of Yang Wu's vanguard. Yang Ba's battle prowess was quite impressive. He was comparable to someone in the dragon transformation realm, and that was enough to gain the trust of others. As they continued to advance, the ferocious beasts they encountered became stronger and stronger. From time to time, demons would mix in with the ferocious beasts and attack them. Yang Wu didn't hide his ability anymore. With the reaction of his battle soul, he could easily determine which direction had more ferocious beasts and which had fewer ferocious beasts. He also knew where these ferocious beasts and demons were hiding. He informed Yang Chenlong and Yang Ba of this information in advance so that the two of them, who were leading the way, could choose a better path forward. There are at least 30 ferocious beasts hiding there. There are fewer ferocious beasts here, but there are small saint-level ferocious beasts hiding there. I suggest that we break out from the right side at full speed. Everyone, continue to speed up. These ferocious beasts have limited speed. Don't get entangled with them. Also, pay attention to those man-eating flowers and ghost hand vines. They will eat humans. Yang Wu didn't want to be in the limelight, but for everyone's safety, he had to give orders beyond his authority. At first, Yang Qianlong wasn't very convinced. However, after confirming that Yang Wu's ability was correct, he let him be. Unknowingly, a day had passed. They had passed through more than half of the mountain range and were getting closer and closer to the god of War Pagoda. At this speed, if they worked harder, they would be able to reach the god of War Pagoda by tomorrow night. After this round of fighting, the Yang family's prodigies didn't suffer many losses. Only 5 people had died, and the rest had more or less suffered some injuries. This kind of loss was very small compared to the other humans. This was mostly due to Yang Wu's efforts. When everyone was resting again, Yang Qianlong came to Yang Wu and said seriously, "We can only reach the god of War Pagoda faster if I hand over the position of leader to you." Yang Wu waved his hand and said, "I'm not interested. Everyone saw your performance today. Rather than saying that I'm the leader, it's better to say that you are the real leader. Although I'm very unhappy, I know that your ability to sense things is stronger than mine. Your ability to adapt is also better than mine. Don't decline anymore. I'm willing to withdraw." Chapter 737. The moon was bright and the stars were sparse. In the dense forest, the sounds of insects and beasts could be heard everywhere. Many trees were like demons and ghosts. A timid person would definitely be scared out of their wits if they stayed in this place. In a quiet place, there was a group of more than 40 people gathered together. They were bandaging each other's wounds and saying some comforting words. They had all heard Yang Qianlong's words and silently accepted this proposal. In the end, Yang Wu didn't refuse. At first, he didn't want to be the leader because he didn't have any feelings for the Yang family, and there was no need for him to share trials and tribulations with them. However, when faced with a dangerous situation, there was a kind of power in his blood that urged him to protect these people. Or perhaps there was a kind side to his heart that didn't want to see them die here. Regardless of the reason, Yang Wu became the leader of this group of Yang clan people. He felt an invisible pressure on his shoulders. "Luo Yun, help me distribute these qi-returning pills and healing pills to everyone," Yang Wu said as he took out a batch of pills and gave them to Bai Luoyin. Bai Luoyin took the pills and quickly gave them to the Yang clan geniuses. The Yang family members received the pills with complicated expressions on their faces. Some of them refused, and some of them wanted to return the pills, but they were too embarrassed to do so. They also had some pills on them, but they didn't seem to be as good as Yang Wu's. Bai Luoyin proudly said to them, "Master, he's a little saint alchemist. You can take these pills with a clear conscience." Everyone was shocked by the words "little saint alchemist" until their eardrums hurt. They knew that Dan Long was the only little saint pharmacist in the clan. He was the clan elder and had an extraordinary status. No one could easily ask for medicinal pills from him. Only the clan elder would have the chance to ask for medicinal pills from him. From this, it could be seen how much the clan respected Dan Long. Now that Bai Luoyun suddenly revealed that Yang Wu was a little saint alchemist, they were scared out of their wits and found it hard to believe that this was the truth. Yang Wu did not respond, as if he had tacitly agreed to this fact. "I'm not giving you the pills for free. How about you give me the herbs you picked and the beast cores you killed along the way?" Yang Wu said to them. Medicinal pills were refined from a large number of herbs, so the value of medicinal pills was naturally much higher than that of herbs. "Don't worry, Chief. I'll give you the herbs and beast cores as soon as possible." Yang Tigua was the first to express his stance. "It's already a problem for us to protect ourselves. How will we have the time to pick herbs?" Another person said. Yang Wu said seriously, "Haven't you noticed that the strength of the beasts here is limited? Moreover, every once in a while, there will be empty spots for people to rest and recuperate. In other words, the number of vicious beasts and evil demons here is deliberately controlled. As long as we treat this place as a training ground, I think it won't be difficult to kill vicious beasts." A training ground? None of them were stupid. After Yang Wu's reminder, they seemed to think that was the case. At the beginning, they had imagined these vicious beasts and evil demons to be very terrifying and difficult to kill, so they had set up obstacles in their hearts. They had never thought of using this place as a training ground. "Then what plan do you have in mind?" Yang Qianlong asked. "We've always alarmed many vicious beasts and were chased by them. I want to do the opposite." Yang Wu's eyes flashed with a sharp light. Do the opposite? Everyone was stunned once again. Soon, they understood what Yang Wu wanted to do. Yang Wu wanted to take the initiative to find the location of the vicious beasts and evil demons and kill them. This proposal was very bold, but no one opposed it. They all felt that Yang Wu's words were feasible. Under Yang Wu's lead, they restrained their auras and hid their energy fluctuations before rushing towards the nest of the vicious beasts. Yang Wu got them to split into 3 groups. Each group was not far away from each other, so they could kill the vicious beasts in the vicinity at the same time. Vicious beasts did not have intelligence. Their combat strength was very ferocious, but their alertness was not as good as imagined. When Yang Wu and the rest arrived, they did not know and were silently slaughtered. In 3 different directions, a few ferocious beasts were also quickly slaughtered, and all the herbs in their locations were swept clean. After achieving victory, everyone was very excited. These vicious beasts are not very powerful. I always thought that they were very powerful. That's right. If we had known that they were so weak, we would have done this long ago. Are you stupid? If not for the leader, would we have thought of this method? The leader is the key to victory. If we follow him, we will definitely be able to reach the god of War Pagoda smoothly. That's right. I understand the leader's intentions now. When we barged in from the start, these vicious beasts would definitely gang up to deal with us. Now, we have to keep a low profile to gain the initiative. Let's continue forward. I want to reach the god of War Pagoda as soon as possible to cultivate. After achieving their first victory, the Yang clan's prodigies were very confident. Their progress became much smoother. They took advantage of the night to advance, harvesting the lives of the vicious beasts and demons at the fastest speed. Their progress was faster than before, and their harvest was quite good. However, sometimes it was not really smooth sailing. They would also encounter some vicious beasts with sharp reactions. They were detected in advance, and an intense battle inevitably broke out. That was a minor, saint-level vicious beast. Yang was forced to use his Ice Blade Wings talent to kill it with great difficulty. When the sun rose, they were finally nearing the god of War Pagoda. The vicious beasts in the vicinity were even more powerful. There were more and more minor saint-level vicious beasts. There were even high-level minor, saint-level vicious beasts. The Yang clan's prodigies once again gathered together. Yang Wu ordered them to recover their strength as quickly as possible and make the final push. At this moment, 2 figures suddenly descended from the sky. A few powerful vicious beasts swooped down, targeting the 2 of them. Brother, don't worry about me. I'll block them. Hurry up and rush to the god of War Pagoda. A young girl's voice rang out. Another rough voice rang out. These feathered beasts can't block the path of us siblings. Watch me blast them to smithereens. Rumble, rumble. A young man and a young girl were fighting with a few flying vicious beasts not far from the Yang clan's prodigies. Waves of intense explosions rang out, and many trees and rocks were shattered. Yang Wu frowned and said, "It's not safe here. Move quickly." Just as Yang Wu gave the order, the shockwaves from the battle spread to their side. One of the ferocious beasts discovered their existence and spat out flames at them, intending to kill them. This was a minor, saint-level vicious beast. Its ferocious flames covered the entire area. It was not easy to block it. All of you back off. Wait for me. Yang Chenlong was a dragon transformation realm expert. He rushed out without hesitation. The battle saber in his hand emitted a dense saber intent. The blue light carried the power to split the flames in half. The terrifying saber energy continued to slash at the vicious beast. The vicious beast was very agile and quickly dodged the attack. Its body swooped down, and its huge wings slapped at Yang Chenlong. "Come, evil beast!" Yang Chenlong roared. His body soared into the sky like a dragon. In an instant, he slashed out 8 times. Each slash contained heaven-defying power, wanting to kill the vicious beast. The battle here attracted the attention of the surrounding vicious beasts. Many vicious beasts rushed over from all directions. The man and woman who were being chased by the fierce beasts also appeared in front of Yang Wu and the others. The man was not very tall, but his muscles were full of explosive power. He had arm guards on his arms and gloves on his fists. Every punch he threw out was extremely powerful, making it difficult for the fierce beast to get close. The man looked very mature. He was about 30 years old and had reached the dragon transformation realm. The girl was relatively young, about 17 or 18 years old. Her body was petite, and she wore a tight suit of armor that outlined her exquisite body vividly. Her clothes were a little tattered, revealing her smooth and delicate skin. As she ran, there was a faintly discernible luster that could make people salivate. The two of them had provoked a total of 6 minor, saint-level vicious beasts. It wasn't easy for them to survive until now. They were heading towards the Yang clan. The Yang clan's geniuses all looked at Yang Wu. They were waiting for Yang Wu to make a decision. Yang Wu, lend me a hand. I, Sun Yang, will definitely repay you generously. The man looked at Yang Wu and shouted. Yang Wu raised his eyes. He didn't know how the man knew him. Yang Jing, who was beside him, said softly, he's from the Sun clan. The Sun clan of the 8 great clans mainly cultivated the soldier soul battle chi. They were first-rate in refining weapons and unparalleled in using weapons. Yang Wu ordered without hesitation. You guys form a formation and protect each other. Yang Ba, Yang Jing, Yang Xiaoxue, follow me and lend him a hand. In the next moment, a falling moon bow appeared in Yang Wu's hand. He quickly drew the bow and shot an arrow at one of the vicious beasts above Sun Yang's head. Swoosh! The arrow was shot out rapidly. Yang Wu had poured all his strength into it. Its power was extraordinary. The vicious beast didn't realize that someone would sneak attack it. Its abdomen was ruthlessly shot by the arrow. The vicious beast cried out in pain when the arrow pierced its body. Yang Wu didn't stop there. He shot 3 more arrows at different vicious beasts to disrupt their attacks and give Sun Yang and his sister a chance to breathe. Sun Yang and his sister successfully approached Yang Wu and the others. The vicious beast's ferocious nature flared up, and they continuously erupted with terrifying power to envelop Yang Wu's group. Yang Ba, Yang Jing, and Yang Xiaoxue exerted their strength at the same time. The Yang clan's people also acted, forming an earth-shattering barrier and forcibly blocking the attacks of the vicious beasts. At the same time, Yang Wu flew in another direction alone. He released his ice blade wings and cut through the sky, slashing at one of the vicious beasts. The vicious beasts were only focused on attacking downwards. How could they sense the hidden danger? Pooh! Chapter 738. A large head fell from the sky. The blood dripping from the head was a ghastly sight. A minor saint fierce beast had fallen. Yang Wu didn't feel complacent. The ice-bladed wings were like a part of his body. As long as he willed it, the ice-bladed wings would move accordingly. In an instant, 3 flying beasts were killed inexplicably. No one knew how they died. Only when the ice-bladed wings landed on the body of a ferocious iron-armored bird with an extremely strong defense did they realize that there was a force that was secretly killing these fierce beasts. This was an innate ability that could kill people invisibly. It was one of the most terrifying potential forces. When they saw Yang Wu standing there calmly, they knew that all of this was done by Yang Wu. The ice-bladed wings landed on the iron-armored bird's body, but it was blocked by its iron-feathered armor. Even so, there was still an extremely cold chi that froze its body. It struggled to expel the cold chi from its body. Waves of yellow chi circulated around its body. It was actually the strength of a mid-grade minor saint. Strands of yellow attacking force were like swords, covering the entire heaven and earth. It was quite terrifying. This was the strongest existence among all the fierce beasts. In this heaven and earth, it belonged to the overlord-level existence. It was also the reason why Sun Yang couldn't defeat it. You guys back off quickly. I will deal with it. Yang Wu roared. He continued to use the ice-bladed wings to kill the ferocious iron-armored bird. The ice-bladed wings kept changing its position and slashing on the iron-armored bird's body. However, it still couldn't break through the iron-armored bird's defense. Clanking sounds were continuously heard, and countless sparks were splashing everywhere. The iron-armored bird had fixed its target on Yang Wu. It dived down towards Yang Wu. Its huge, iron-feathered wings were like peerless sharp blades, slapping towards Yang Wu's position. The black tortoise appeared behind Yang Wu's back. It condensed a black tortoise fist and punched towards the iron-armored bird. Asterisk bang. Asterisk, a powerful force exploded. A gust of wind blew across. Countless rocks cracked and trees collapsed. Yang Wu's body was pushed back by the impact, knocking down countless trees. The difference in cultivation between him and this armored vicious bird was still too great. At this time, Sun Yong turned back. His pair of fire fists frantically blasted out. It was as if countless soldiers had appeared, carrying the power of thousands of soldiers and horses to strangle the armored vicious bird. Soldier, spirit battle chi. The Sun Clan was good at strategizing. Their Sun Clan army had 8 legions, each of which could kill saints. The reason why they could possess such combat strength was that the battle chi they condensed was different from the rest. They were able to fuse the battle chi of all the soldiers into one and go against the heavens. The iron-armored vicious bird quickly dodged Sun Yong's attack. It screeched and changed its direction, rushing towards Sun Yong. Its sharp beak pecked and arrived in front of Sun Yong in the blink of an eye. The attack was too fast and fierce. Sun Yong had no chance to fight back. He could only cross his hands in front of his head to block this fatal blow. Brother! When Sun Yong's sister saw this scene, her heart jumped to her throat as she cried out in worry. At the crucial moment, a sword ray cut through the sky. It was as if many stars had been pierced and exploded. The destructive power was incomparably shocking. Pung! When Sun Yong was attacked, the iron-armored vicious bird was also attacked. Sun Yong's body was sent flying, and many iron feathers fell from the iron-armored vicious bird's body. Finally, blood seeped out. Yo-yo! The iron-armored vicious bird cried out angrily. It was about to turn around and attack Yang Wu. However, there was a death aura lingering in its injured area, quickly eroding its vitality. This was the power of the path of death. Yang Wu knew the strength of this iron-armored vicious bird, so he did not dare to hold back. He slashed out with his sword, condensing the path of death into it to be able to injure the iron-armored vicious bird. The power of the path of death was terrifying. It could deprive any living creature of its vitality. Even the iron-armored vicious bird was no exception. The iron-armored vicious bird's vitality was slipping away. It did not care, but when its body shrank and could not adapt, it showed a trace of panic. No matter how fierce a vicious beast was, it could still distinguish the situation of its own body. Yang Wu once again faced the iron-armored vicious bird, and once again used the destroying Star River sword. The sword intent was strong, and the death aura was astonishing. Once again, the iron-armored vicious bird was injured. Yang Wu was sent flying by the iron-armored vicious bird's iron wings. Yang Wu hit the mountain, and his body sank into the belly of the mountain. His figure could not be seen. The Yang family people were shocked. They rushed over, and at the same time, blasted out their strongest power. They must kill this iron-armored vicious bird. The iron-armored vicious bird's vitality was still quite tenacious. Even after being corroded by the death aura, its combat power was still not reduced. The pair of iron wings was like a peerless weapon with both offensive and defensive capabilities. As it swept left and right, many attacks were wiped out. Yang Ba and Shu Yujun planned to fight the iron-armored vicious bird, but they heard Yang Wu's voice. "You all back down, it's my food." Yang Wu rushed out of the mountain wall, and the ice blade wings attacked again. This time, the ice blade wings turned into a sword and stabbed into the injured part of the iron-armored vicious bird. Yo-yo! The iron-armored vicious bird was seriously injured, and it cried out again and again. The ice blade wings not only hurt it, but also penetrated its internal organs, destroying its vitality, and its combat power rapidly decreased. Yang Wu seized the opportunity to urge the ice blade wings to continue to kill crazily. The iron-armored vicious bird realized that Yang Wu was the one who hurt it. Its eyes were red with anger, and it stared at Yang Wu, crazily attacking. Even if it died, it wanted to drag Yang Wu down with it. The iron-armored vicious bird's desperate attack came very quickly. Yang Wu wanted to avoid it, but it was too late. He could only fight it head-on. Yang Wu released the death aura, enveloping the heaven and earth. The moment the iron-armored vicious bird approached, more than half of its vitality was lost, and he took the opportunity to once again slash out with all his strength. Boom! A shocking explosion sounded, and Yang Wu's figure once again crashed into the mountain wall. The iron-armored vicious bird was cut in half by his sword, and its huge body fell from mid-air, looking very dazzling. Yang Ba and Shu Yujun quickly rushed to Yang Wu's position, their faces full of worry. Yang Wu's battle prowess was obvious to all, but the power of the armored vicious bird was too terrifying. Would he be able to withstand the final blow? The people of the Yang clan showed a worried look. They didn't want Yang Wu to die here. If anything happens to my family's young patriarch, you will be buried with him. Yang Tigua glared at Sun Yong and his sister Sun Ling, and shouted. The Sun siblings knew that they were in the wrong, but they remained silent. Their gazes were fixed on the mountain wall, hoping that Yang Wu would appear again. Sure enough, Yang Wu's life wasn't as fragile as they thought. He stumbled out from inside, his face carrying a trace of pain. He flew to Yang Ba and Shu Yujun and asked, "Is that evil beast dead?" "It's dead, it's dead. Quickly take a pill to heal." Shu Yujun came to Yang Wu's side and hugged his arm with concern. Yang Wu smiled and said, "I'm not that weak. I'll be fine in a while." He was seriously injured, and the iron-armored vicious bird's dying blow wasn't easy to take. Fortunately, his body was strong enough, and after being tempered by the heavenly thunder, it was still within his tolerance range. At this time, he was operating the supreme 9 profound arts, and his injuries were quickly healing. The surrounding heaven and earth profound chi surged and entered his body, helping him quickly recover his chi. We shouldn't have meddled in other people's business. Yang Ba glanced at Yang Wu and said, "I know, but there was no time to think about it. Those ferocious beasts discovered us, and if we retreat, it will alarm the other ferocious beasts. Rather than that, it is better to do them a favor," Yang Wu replied. Yang Wu followed Shu Yujun and landed in a clean place. The Yang family's people and the Sun family's siblings all gathered around. Sun Yong cupped his hands to Yang Wu and said, "Yang Wu, thank you for your help. I, Sun Yong, am not an ungrateful person. From now on, you are my friend. If you need anything, just let me know." "You know me, but I don't seem to know you?" Yang Wu asked back. "I saw you at the ascension ceremony of your Yang family's new patriarch, and again at the Celestial Wine Pavilion. Brother Yang Wu's demeanor even subdued the 7th princess of Xianyuan. This brother really admires you." Sun Yong's words were very candid, making it easy for people to feel close to him. Sun Ling also said naturally from the side, "Those vicious beasts were attracted by us. We're really sorry. If you need any compensation, just say it." "Do we look like people who lack that little bit of compensation?" Shu Yujun said in a sweet voice. Sun Yong's gaze fell on Shu Yujun, and a trace of surprise appeared on his face. "You're Miss Shu Yujun of the Hung Mountain sect? It's good that you know it's me." Shu Yujun replied confidently. "I've been disrespectful. I haven't seen Miss Shu for many years, and you're even better than before," Sun Yong said politely. Following that, he added, "We don't have any other intentions. We just feel ashamed that we dragged Brother Yang Wu down." At that moment, Yang Wu said, "You don't have to be so polite. Things have already happened, and there's no point in saying anything more. I'm sure you're also heading to the God of War Pagoda. Why don't you go together? We're almost there anyway." "Isn't that inappropriate?" Yang Chenlong said from the side. Yang Wu waved his hand and said, "We're all brothers and sisters of the battle tribe. There's nothing inappropriate about it. What do you think, Brother Sun?" Sun Yong pondered for a moment and said, "Since Brother Yang Wu doesn't mind, the two of us naturally don't mind. Then it's decided. Let me rest for a while before moving on." Everyone was puzzled by Yang Wu's decision to allow the Sun siblings to join his camp. When they heard Yang Wu quietly reveal their identities, they all understood Yang Wu's good intentions. The Sun sibling status in the Sun family was not low. With their abilities, they could probably directly enter the God of War Pagoda to cultivate. However, they did not know why they chose to go through the test. If they could gain their friendship, it might not be of much use to the Yang family now. But in 100 years, the Yang family might have another ally. This contribution would be no small matter. Yang Wu did not think that far ahead. He only felt that the Sun siblings were not simple. Since he had saved them, it would be good to befriend them. Otherwise, he would have saved them for nothing. 2 hours later, Yang Wu's injuries were completely healed. After he obtained the beast cores of many ferocious beasts, he looked at the God of War Pagoda and shouted, "Go all out and charge up the God of War Pagoda." Chapter 739. The God of War Pagoda was very close to the Yang family's prodigies. With their flying speed, they would only need 15 minutes to reach the God of War Pagoda. However, in this 15 minutes, they would have to face the most terrifying beasts and demons in the God of War Pagoda. Most of them were at the pristine Saint Realm, and some were even at the mid-minor Saint Realm. With the strength of Yang Wu's group, it would not be easy for them to force their way through. If it was just Yang Wu alone, it would not be difficult for him to pass. However, he still had to lead the Yang family's prodigies through. This was a huge pressure. Sun Yong and Sun Ling, who were traveling with them, revealed serious expressions. The two of them were originally selected by the Sun family. However, they did not directly enter the God of War Pagoda to cultivate. Instead, they chose to force their way through the trials here and cultivate after reaching the God of War Pagoda. They treated the trials here as a form of training and cultivation. As they ran forward for a distance, a large number of ferocious beasts appeared from all directions. There were also demons hidden among them, as well as plants that could attack. It was truly dangerous with every step and difficult with every step. Roar, roar, roar. The roars of the beasts shook the sky. Many sounds of killing exploded in all directions. Many rocks turned to dust, and trees collapsed. The scene was chaotic. Under such pressure, Yang Wu repeatedly used the ice blade wings to help the people around him. However, it was still difficult to completely protect them. The fighting strength of these vicious beasts was too strong. "This can't go on," Yang Wu said anxiously in his heart. Yang Ba said loudly to Yang Wu, "Lord, you break through first. We will follow from behind." Yang Ba did not have any feelings for the rest of the Yang family. He said this in front of everyone without any qualms. He was not afraid of being criticized. Yang Wu replied firmly, "Since I am the leader, I have the responsibility to lead everyone through. Don't say this again." When the Yang family's prodigies heard this, they all felt that Yang Wu was too kind. Compared to Yang Ti Xiao, who had escaped early, he was more responsible. Only such a person was worthy of being the leader. Yang Ti was said from the side, "Don't slow you down because of us. Leader Brother Chenlong, Sister Jing, Little Snow, you all go ahead first. We will do our best to pass." "That's right. You guys are the hope of our Yang family. You can't miss out on cultivating in the God of War Pagoda. We shouldn't be dragging you guys down. You guys should break through the encirclement first. Don't worry about us." At this critical moment, the Yang family prodigies all showed their selfless and united side. Although they all wanted to reach the God of War Pagoda, reality was cruel. They still made a wise decision. Sun Yong and Sun Ling looked at each other with a strange look in their eyes. It seemed that they didn't expect the people of the Yang family to be so righteous, which was different from what they had heard. Seeing more and more ferocious beasts gathering from all directions, the pressure on the group grew stronger and stronger. Many people began to get injured, and some even faced the danger of dying. Yang Wu shouted, "Black Tortoise, stand by my side. Release all your Black Tortoise battle auras and listen to my commands. The rest of you, follow closely behind us. We will break through together." Suddenly, Yang Wu released his Black Tortoise battle aura to the maximum. A majestic black tortoise appeared. It was lifelike, and its battle aura was majestic. It looked like a god of water. The attacks of the surrounding ferocious beasts stopped. They were all suppressed by this aura. The Black Tortoise was a supreme race above the spirit demons and ferocious beasts. To them, it was born to be a king, and they were just its subjects and servants. The Black Tortoise prodigies of the Yang family didn't know what Yang Wu wanted to do, but they all obeyed Yang Wu's order. They all approached him and released their battle auras. Dozens of Black Tortoise battle auras floated. Most of them were in the Black Tortoise shadow stage. Yang Ba, Yang Xiaoxue, and the others had reached the Black Tortoise spirit stage. This meant that their battle auras were far superior to others. However, there was a huge gap between their Black Tortoise spirit and Yang Wu's Black Tortoise spirit. Yang Wu's Black Tortoise spirit was more solid and majestic. It was born with the aura of a king. At this moment, Yang Wu spat out a mouthful of blood into the Black Tortoise spirit. He continuously formed ancient hand seals and shouted, "Black Tortoise righteous body, condense." As Yang Wu's voice rang out, the Black Tortoise spirit behind him seemed to be summoned. It let out an ancient roar. In the next moment, the many Black Tortoise battle chi of the geniuses of the Yang clan behind him were affected by this aura. Battle chi shot out from their bodies and merged with Yang Wu's spirit of the Black Tortoise, forming an even more terrifying Black Tortoise. That terrifying aura swept out in all directions. Rocks cracked, trees were destroyed, and ferocious beasts retreated. This Black Tortoise battle aura was all condensed on Yang Wu's body. His battle aura soared crazily, and his strength rose steadily. In an instant, his battle strength broke through the top heavenly fish realm. His power did not stop. It was still surging and growing. The top early heavenly fish realm, the top middle heavenly fish realm, the top late heavenly fish realm, the Azure Heaven's Pride, Sun Yong, and Sun Ling all widened their eyes as if they had seen an incredible scene. What kind of secret art is this? The Black Tortoise battle auras have merged together. How did Yang Wu do it? Yang Wu's battle strength has become so terrifying. It seems like he has broken through the minor saint realm. Could it be that he has absorbed the battle chi of the others? This seems to be a lost secret art in the records of our clan. What is it called? I can't remember it. Look, the Black Tortoise spirit seems to have come back to life. This is the ability of the ancestral bloodline. Yang Wu's strength soared all the way to the middle minor saint realm before it slowed down. His body had expanded a lot. Many blue veins were visible on his body, making him look incomparably ferocious. This energy was very strong. It wasn't easy for him to bear it all. If it was someone else, their body wouldn't be able to bear the sudden increase in strength from the high heavenly fish realm to the middle minor saint realm. Yang Wu's physique was very strong. He was able to bear the battle chi of the others without any change in his expression. He wasn't satisfied with the current situation. He shouted, "It's still not enough. Continue to increase." Yang Wu forced the battle chi out of his body to the extreme. The others were also affected by it. Their battle chi surged again, and their strength became more and more majestic. The Black Tortoise astral body continued to strengthen. Yang Wu's combat strength changed again, advancing towards the strength of a high minor saint. Asterisk arg. Asterisk, as this overload of energy entered his body, his meridians, skin, and flesh were in constant pain. He let out a painful roar. However, he endured it forcefully and didn't stop. His eyes were filled with determination as he continued to bear the battle chi. Finally, he forcefully broke through to the strength of a high minor saint. Yang Wu's clothes were torn apart. His body had become one size bigger. That terrifying energy swept out in all directions. It was extremely terrifying. The huge Black Tortoise spirit not only shrouded his body, but also the people of the Black Tortoise bloodline. It was as if they had become one. "Kill!" Yang Wu shouted. His killing intent was soaring. His battle chi was overflowing. A double-edged three-dragon spear appeared in his left hand, and a phoenix profound sword appeared in his right hand. The energy in his dantian combined with the battle chi of the Black Tortoise battle chi. An extremely powerful force erupted. A pair of 20 zhang long, profound wings spread open. He carried everyone and soared into the sky. Asterisk bang. Asterisk the aura of Yang Wu and his group was too powerful. The moment they took off, an extremely powerful airflow was generated at their original location, which shook the ground and created a deep pit. The surrounding rocks were splashed and dust flew. The Azure bloodline, Shu Yujun, Sun Yong, and Sun Ling, were all within the range of their battle chi. They flew towards a god of war pagoda from the back. Asterisk roar. Asterisk roar. Asterisk in an instant. A large number of berserk beasts regained their senses and rushed towards them in a frenzy. Although there were a lot of berserk beasts, they didn't form an effective encirclement. All of them attacked with their full strength based on their instincts. Even so, their attacks were enough to make any powerful dragon transformation realm cultivator tremble in fear. The first to fly over was a double-headed demonic dragon. It had 2 ferocious heads and a huge body. Its wings created hurricanes. One of its heads spat out hailstones, while the other spat out flames. It was a mutated ice and fire dragon species. The power of ice and fire formed 2 completely different attacks. The destructive power was abnormally terrifying. It wasn't something that ordinary dragon transformation realm cultivators could withstand. Yang Wu's energy was at its peak. He needed to vent. He held the double-edged 3-dragon spear and made a simple strike. A blue celestial chi transformed into a long spear shadow that collided with the power of ice and fire of the double-headed demonic dragon. Boom! The 2 forces exploded. Waves of air surged in all directions. The berserk beasts that were charging from the left and right were all affected. They paused for a moment. When the 2 forces dissipated, a long spear pierced into one of the 2-headed demonic dragon's heads. Demonic blood spurted out, and the 2-headed demonic dragon howled in pain. Its other head pounced towards Yang Wu, and its bloody mouth was as big as a hole, causing people to feel a chill. Yang Wu's eyes were filled with awe. He raised the phoenix profound sword in his hand and slashed out. A deep blue, flaming sword ray rushed into the dragon's mouth. Sword chi surged, and the sacred fire was merciless. Yang Wu's strength had reached an unimaginable level. The dragon's mouth was split open, and the raging flames instantly ignited its flesh. The flames quickly spread to its neck, burning it to the point where it wanted to die. With 2 of its dragon heads injured, the double-headed demonic dragon exploded with demonic energy. This energy was enough to kill a small saint. However, this energy was nothing in front of the Black Tortoise's battle chi. The Black Tortoise's battle chi formed a defensive force that completely isolated the demonic energy. It didn't hurt Yang Wu or anyone else. Yang Wu didn't want to give the demonic dragon a chance to struggle. He flapped his wings and flew above the demonic dragon's back. The phoenix profound sword slashed down again, and the demonic dragon was cut in half. Fresh blood splattered all over the sky. Such a decisive killing power didn't make the berserk beasts retreat. Instead, it aroused their primitive ferocity. Many ferocious attacks bombarded Yang Wu. Boom! Boom! Chapter 740. The overwhelming attack power formed a turbulent storm. There was not a single place in the sky that was safe for several. Yang Wu wielded a spear and a sword, attacking left and right, and forcibly killing his way out. His Xianwu aura body was unparalleled. Its thick defense blocked wave after wave of attacks, so he had nothing to worry about. His long spear could pierce out tens of thousands of feet of power at any time. Every strike of power could pierce through the sky. Even ferocious beasts with tough bodies would die. The mysterious Phoenix Sword was indeed a top-tier little saint weapon of the Xing family. It had the potential to grow into a saint weapon. Under Lan Xiaoji's power, it kept slashing out fire swords that could burn everything. The reverse dragon spear technique had long since helped Yang Wu to condense his spear will. The seed of sword will from a Grand Xia dynasty had also become one of the imprints of the Dao flower of the Divine Court. Each spear and each sword contained a different concept. Although they hadn't formed a martial path yet, they were still extremely powerful. The wild beasts that were surging in from all directions fell one after another. Some of them had their bodies pierced, Some had their heads cut off, and some had their limbs cut off. Their painful cries rang out in all directions. As Yang Wu charged at the god of war pagoda, everyone was stunned. They didn't expect Yang Wu to be able to use such a powerful secret technique. He was simply invincible. Bai Luoyin cried out involuntarily, Too powerful. My lord, you are completely unstoppable. As a member of another race, he didn't have the right to cultivate in the god of war pagoda. However, he was Yang Wu's follower. As long as Yang Wu had the ability to lead him to the god of war pagoda, he could cultivate in the first 3 levels like Shu Yujun. Martial, he is indeed the strongest. He will definitely have a place on the heavenly dragon list. Shu Yujun felt proud of Yang Wu. Sun Yong couldn't help but sigh. In ancient times, the Yang family was invincible. It's not without reason. Sun Ling nodded and said, Big brother is right. I didn't think that someone from a Yang family would have obtained a secret technique that had been lost for a long time. If he is allowed to grow, he can become the pillar of the Yang family. I hope he can grow up. That way, the path of martial arts will be more interesting. Sun Yong's eyes were filled with anticipation. Not far away, other prodigies were also trying their best to break through the encirclement. The fact that they were able to get close to the god of war pagoda proved that they were very powerful. Even though they were riddled with injuries, they were still full of fighting spirit. Suddenly, they seemed to see a huge black tortoise soaring into the sky. A large number of ferocious beasts were completely crushed by this black tortoise, which really shocked them. When they took a closer look, they realized that it was not a living black tortoise, but Black Tortoise's body of battle aura. His strength was overbearing, and his Xian Qi was rampant. Spear light and sword shadows filled this part of the world. F***CK, who are those guys? They're so awesome, daring to break out of the encirclement head-on. That's too abnormal. Black Tortoise battle aura. Are they from the Yang family? Only the Yang family has such a battle aura. But isn't their battle aura only usable by themselves? Why are they working together? These guys are too powerful. If they can pass through like this, they'll have struck it rich. There's no justice in this world. They're simply cheating. We worked so hard to get here, but they rushed to the god of war pagoda just like that. Please bring us along. Yang Wu's group was unimpeded, reaping the lives of ferocious beasts one after another. The god of war pagoda was getting closer and closer to them. All of a sudden, 8 different palm prints soared into the sky and slammed heavily in their direction. This was the power of a high-level minor saint. It was an attack from an 8-armed demonic ape. This wave of attack was enough to kill many prodigies. In the void, a furious roar rang out. Evil beast, how dare you hurt the prodigies of my Yang family? Suddenly, a huge palm broke through the void, wanting to slap the 8-armed demonic ape to death. Unexpectedly, another force appeared and blocked the huge palm. Another voice rang out. No one is allowed to interfere with the battle of the challengers. Yang family, are you trying to break the rules? In front of the god of war pagoda, one was free to challenge it. Their life and death were up to the heavens. No one was allowed to interfere. The Yang family's holy elder's attack was blocked, and he didn't dare to be presumptuous anymore. The 8-armed demonic ape's attack was aimed at Black Tortoise's righteous body. 8 palm prints, 8 forces that could destroy heaven and earth. Black Tortoise wasn't afraid. It stood upright, and its Xian Qi turned into an armor. A defensive force flowed like an 8 trigrams diagram, forcefully blocking the demonic ape's attack. Everyone could feel how terrifying the demonic ape's attack was. Even a peak minor saint would be severely injured or even killed if they were caught off guard. However, Black Tortoise's righteous body could easily block the attack. It was clear that the demonic ape's defensive force was really powerful. It's impolite not to reciprocate. Yang Wu roared, glaring at the demonic ape on the mountain below. He threw the double-edged 3-dragon spear with all his strength. The Black Tortoise battle chi he had integrated had reached the level of a peak minor saint, which was only equal to the demonic ape's strength. However, this was after all a borrowed strength. How could he kill the demonic ape with it? Stupid human, you've given me your weapon in vain. The demonic ape stood on the peak of the mountain and stretched out 4 of its palms to grab the double-edged three-dragon spear. When it touched the double-edged three-dragon spear, its expression changed drastically. The power contained in the double-edged three-dragon spear was not only the strength of a peak minor saint, but also the strength of a peak minor saint. This was the battle chi of Black Tortoise. It could increase both the defensive and offensive strength at the same time. It was unparalleled in the world. Stop right there. The demonic ape roared. The power of all 8 of its arms was activated at the same time. It used all of its strength to hold the double-edged three-dragon spear. The spear was like a real dragon, rushing forward in a domineering manner, shattering the power of all 8 arms. Asterisk roar. Asterisk, asterisk, roar. Asterisk, the demonic ape roared angrily. Its strength increased again and again. Its 8 arms grew bigger, but it still wanted to hold the double-edged three-dragon spear. Unfortunately, the power contained in the double-edged three-dragon spear had exceeded the limit that it could withstand. Its 8 arms were shattered by the power of the spear. Its palms were shattered and blood was dripping. In the end, the tip of the spear pierced through its forehead, penetrating its skull and piercing into the mountain. The mountain collapsed, and the demonic ape was slaughtered. The war spear flew back like a rainbow and landed in front of the god of war pagoda together with the Black Tortoise's astral body. The aftershock of the attack lingered for a long time. The ferocious nature of the beast seemed to have been obliterated by the spear and disappeared completely. The people who saw this scene were speechless for a long time. In front of the god of war pagoda, everyone landed safely. The Black Tortoise's astral body disappeared. A figure staggered and fell down. Fortunately, the long sword in his hand was stabbed into the ground and stabilized his body. Asterisk puff. Asterisk, the man's chi withered, and he spurted out a mouthful of blood. A beautiful figure rushed forward to support the man. She exclaimed worriedly, "Wu, are you all right?" No one present was more concerned about Yang Wu than Shu Yujun. Yang Wu took a deep breath and said, "I'm fine. Don't worry. Let me rest for a while, and I'll be fine." With that said, he didn't care where he was and sat cross-legged on the ground to recover from the backlash. The Black Tortoise's astral body was a secret technique that could only be supported after one's bloodline power reached the Black Tortoise battle soul level. This secret technique used a powerful bloodline power to resonate with the bloodlines of other tribesmen. Then, it used a powerful spiritual power as a guide to fuse the other tribesmen's battle auras together and increase the combat strength of the person using the Black Tortoise's astral body. The person using the Black Tortoise's astral body used his own body as a medium. The stronger the bloodline power, the stronger the physical body, and the stronger the fusion power. However, the stronger the fusion power, the greater the backlash. Yang Wu was currently suffering from a severe backlash. The Black Tortoise's astral body was one of the Yang family's inheritances that he had obtained after his bloodline reached ancestral awakening. Once he used this move and fused with other people's celestial chi to increase his strength, he would enter a period of weakness. If it was light, it would last for 7 days, and if it was heavy, it would last for a month. He would not be able to use martial arts for a short period of time. Yang Wu originally didn't want to use this move. He had come to the god of war pagoda to cultivate. If he entered a period of weakness, how could he cultivate? However, he had no choice but to do this for the other prodigies of the Yang family. As the leader, he had to act like a leader. Moreover, he had thought it through carefully. Perhaps he could use his secret of immortality to resolve this backlash. At that moment, his meridians were in excruciating pain. His dantian was empty, and his face was frighteningly pale. The people around him looked at him with heartache. "Lord, what happened to him?" Bai Luoyan asked. "He used a forbidden technique and suffered a backlash. I'm afraid he won't be able to enter the god of war pagoda to cultivate," Sun Yong replied. Following that, he turned to Yang Wu and said seriously, "Yang Wu, you're my brother for sure." "What? Then the Lord worked so hard to get here. Isn't it useless?" Yang Ba said unhappily. The leader made such a huge sacrifice in order to bring us through the trial. Yang Tigua clenched his fists tightly. The leader can't cultivate. Are we still going to go in and cultivate? Someone asked meekly. Cultivate my ass. I'll stay here with the leader, someone else said rudely. Many people looked at Yang Chenlong. Yang Wu couldn't make the decision, so it was up to him to make the decision. Yang Chenlong said in a low voice, all of you, enter the pagoda to cultivate. The leader worked so hard to bring all of you through the trial. We can't let it go to waste. Only by increasing your strength quickly will we be worthy of the leader's goodwill. Only then can you help the Yang family become stronger in the future. Yang Xiaoxue said from the side, Brother Long is right. Everyone quickly go in and cultivate. I'll stay behind to take care of the leader. No need. I'm here, Shu Yujun said domineeringly. Yang Xiaoxue blushed slightly. It's better to have one more person. I'll stay, Yang Ba said without hesitation. At that moment, Yang Wu opened his eyes slightly and said, all of you, don't argue. Go in. I'll also go in to cultivate later. Wu, don't try to show off. With your talent, it's fine even if you don't cultivate here, Shu Yujun advised. Yang Wu laughed and said, Hee, I fought so hard for this spot. Why wouldn't I want it? After a pause, he said, the backlash isn't as serious as you think. Quickly go in. Otherwise, I'll get angry. Everyone looked at Yang Wu's pale and weak smile. A warm current flowed through their hearts. This youth became incomparably great in their hearts. Chapter 741. On top of the God of War mountain, there was a large piece of flat ground. It was as if someone had erased the edges of it. Only a lone pagoda stood there. This lone pagoda had 12 levels and was a full 1,000 feet tall. It pierced through the clouds and looked majestic. It was the God of War pagoda. The various battle tribes had already entered the God of War pagoda to cultivate. They could only stay here for a limited amount of time. The representatives of the various clans had to seize every second and not waste time on passing the test. Everyone from a Yang clan could enter the God of War pagoda to cultivate after passing the test. They had arrived 2 days later than others, so they had to enter and cultivate as soon as possible. Yang Wu woke up from his meditation and chased all the prodigies of a Yang clan into the God of War pagoda. Only he and Shu Yujun remained. He also wanted to urge Shu Yujun to enter and cultivate, but she was extremely stubborn and refused to go. She had to wait for him. I'll be fine. Why don't you go and cultivate first? Yang Wu smiled bitterly in the face of the stubborn Shu Yujun. So what? I like to accompany you. Can't I? Shu Yujun glared at Yang Wu. She paused and said, if you really want me to go in and cultivate quickly, then get better quickly. I will go with you. Yang Wu nodded, touched. Don't worry. I will not joke about my own matters. Give me 2 hours. I will go with you. With that, he closed his eyes and began to communicate with Luya. He wanted to use it to activate the immortal chi to recover from the backlash. Luya had grown a little bigger than before, but it still looked very small and tender. There was even a drop of liquid in it that was very attractive. The wisp of immortal chi floated above Luya, nourishing it. Lend me a wisp of immortal chi, Yang Wu murmured as he looked at Luya. Luya, but did not respond at all. Yang Wu said again, lend me your immortal chi. I need to recover. It will be beneficial for you if I get better. Luya still did not respond. Yang Wu was a little anxious. He activated the supreme 9 mystic arts and secretly thought, the immortal chi is in my body. It is a part of me. If I want to use its power, who can stop me? Hence, he quickly activated the supreme 9 mystic arts. The wisp of immortal chi in his dantian flowed along with the energy's energy permeating his body. This strand of immortal chi was not completely consumed. Instead, a strand of it was separated and combined with the power in his dantian, forming a kind of xian chi that was stained with immortal chi. It seeped into his meridians and limbs. Under the nourishment of this power, the pain in his meridians quietly recovered. The swelling pain in his internal organs also quickly disappeared, and the backlash injuries were smoothed out. After Yang Wu continuously circulated the profound qi that was stained with immortal qi for dozens of cycles, he felt that he had completely recovered. He muttered in his heart, "As I expected, the immortal qi is under my control and not Lu Yuer's. It's just that I can't use too much immortal qi. Maybe it's because my Supreme 9 Mystic Arts is still too low. I need to find the next type of profound essence qi to be able to control this wisp of immortal qi or strengthen it." In less than an hour, Yang Wu opened his eyes. He had completely recovered. So fast, Shu Yujun had been guarding by his side. Sensing that Yang Wu's injuries were completely healed, she revealed an astonished expression. Once a forbidden technique was used, the injuries from the backlash could only be healed with time. Yang Wu had healed it so quickly. No matter who it was, they would be shocked. "On who am I? I am the supreme Yang Wu of the heavens and earth," Yang Wu said smugly. Shu Yujun nodded with a smitten expression and said, You are the one and only Yang Wu. I like you." Yang Wu's face turned red and said, "Yujun, you're always so direct. I'm thin-skinned and won't be able to take it. Then accept me." Shu Yujun revealed a little girl's shy expression and said sweetly. This kind of expression was rarely seen and was extremely cute. Yang Wu's eyes stared straight at her. Facing such a stubborn young miss, he was very touched. It was just that he didn't know how to deal with it. His heart already had Yu, Meng Bingxue, and in the mortal world, there was also Wan Lanxin. They were all women that he didn't want to let down. So how could he easily provoke other women? Although having 3 wives and 4 concubines was a very normal thing for men, he wasn't prepared for this. He changed the topic and said, "Let's go. Let's enter the God of War Pagoda." Shu Yujun rolled her eyes at Yang Wu bitterly. She went forward and hugged Yang Wu's arm as they entered the God of War Pagoda together. There was no one guarding the God of War Pagoda, but in fact there was a saint secretly keeping watch. Once people over the age limit were not allowed to come close. The God of War Pagoda also had the ability to automatically identify people who belonged to the battle tribe and not the battle tribe. This was a God of War Pagoda, and even a saint couldn't break the rules here. Just as Yang Wu led Shu Yujun into the pagoda, someone rushed over from not far away. Yang Wu looked sideways and realized that it was Yang Tixiao, who had abandoned the Yang family. He was covered in injuries and looked very pathetic, but he had still managed to pull through. Yang Tixiao also saw Yang Wu and revealed a sinister expression as he said, "I didn't expect you to be able to make it here. When we come out of the God of War Pagoda, I will show you who is the number 1 person among the younger generation of the Yang family. What right does a person who doesn't care about the life and death of his companions have to be so arrogant in front of me?" Yang Wu said calmly. Yang Tixiao laughed loudly and said, "Every cultivation session in the God of War Pagoda is so precious. How can I waste it on those useless people? If they can't pass the test, they can only blame themselves for not being skilled enough. What has it got to do with me? This time, I will definitely gain a lot from the God of War Pagoda. You just wait and see. The title of Young Clan Head is not something you can have." With that, he ignored Yang Wu and rushed into the God of War Pagoda. "This person is so selfish," Shu Yujun said disdainfully. "You'll get used to it. There are all kinds of birds in the sea. Perhaps the decline of the Yang family is not without reason." Yang Wu spread his hands and said nonchalantly. He had experienced the mountain prison and had seen many people's human nature clearly. There were many selfish people like Yang Tixiao. Yang Wu led Shu Yujun into the God of War Pagoda. All of a sudden, they felt a burst of white light coming towards them. Soon, they found themselves in a different space. The two of them were separated. A space inside the pagoda, Yang Wu muttered. Soon, a voice sounded. "Welcome to the young man who has entered the pagoda to cultivate. If you want to cultivate on the first level, you have to kill 10 Heaven Realm evil demons in a day. Those who complete the mission can stay and cultivate. The cultivation time here is faster than the outside world. 1 month on the first level is equivalent to 10 days in the outside world. If you can't complete the mission, you're not qualified to cultivate and will be expelled from the pagoda. 1 month in the pagoda was equivalent to 10 days in the outside world. Such a time ratio shocked Yongwu. He knew that the god of war pagoda was extraordinary, but he didn't expect it to be so impressive. Without waiting for Yongwu to come back to his senses, 10 evil spirits suddenly appeared in this space. These evil demons included blood-devouring evil demons, 8-armed evil demons, 9-eyed evil demons. These evil demons were not very strong. The strongest was only at the mid-stage heaven realm. They were a threat to many heaven realm martial artists, but they were nothing to Yongwu. A 9-eyed evil demon opened 3 of its evil eyes and shot out 3 moon-like innate attacks. An 8-armed demon ape waved its 8 arms at the same time and shot out 8 different attacks filled with destructive power. A demon dog shot out an attack filled with evil power. The 10 evil demons had different innate attacks. When they worked together, even a mid-stage heaven realm martial artist would not be able to block them easily. Let's play then. Yongwu stretched his arms and legs, suppressed the power in his body, and punched at these evil demons with his bare fists. He didn't use any mystic chi. Every punch contained the power of 1,000 cauldrons, causing the air to vibrate violently. Bam bam! The 9-eyed evil demon's attack was destroyed by Yongwu's punch. The 8-armed demon ape's attack landed on Yongwu's body, but it was like a mosquito kissing him. It didn't cause any damage to him. Yongwu violently pushed forward. He didn't stop attacking. Those attacks couldn't affect him in the slightest and were all scattered. He quickly approached the blood-devouring evil devil and aimed at the position of the devil core. The blood-devouring evil demon condensed a ball of fiendish blood energy to envelop the demon core. Unfortunately, it was useless. The power of that punch was like a huge rock crashing into an ordinary tree, smashing it into smithereens. Yongwu's other elbow changed its movement and struck the 8-armed demon ape's mouth. It broke its front teeth, causing blood to spurt out and its head to split open. Another demon rat drilled out from the ground and bit Yongwu's foot. Yongwu stomped down fiercely, causing the demon rat's head to bleed and its flesh to fly everywhere. The 10 heaven realm evil demons were killed by Yongwu in just a few rounds. When they died, their corpses disappeared without a trace. Not even a drop of blood stained the ground. A voice rang out. After passing the test, you can stay on the first floor and cultivate. You can also continue to challenge the next floor. In front of him, a door of light appeared, leading to the second floor at any time. Yongwu walked towards the entrance of the second floor. Just as he was about to step into the second floor, he suddenly stopped and said, "If I stay on the first floor and cultivate, when the time is up, can I continue to cultivate on the second floor?" "You can't," a voice replied faintly. Yongwu said disdainfully, "Isn't this too stingy?" calling it a divine pagoda. He wanted to go up floor by floor and cultivate on each floor. That way, he could accumulate a lot of cultivation time. This was very rare for him. He only had one chance to cultivate in the god of war pagoda in his life. When Yongwu stepped into the spatial door, the god of war pagoda trembled. It was unknown if it was angered by Yongwu's words.